Um, Cause we in my troop. Toby Lou in my troop. Where I'm from, they gonna shoot. For somebody, you got either some people that's surrounding you at this time. Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, California, Minnesota, Milwaukee, or whatever, and Illinois, Ohio, South Bronx, Georgia, and here in Florida. Okay. I'm also hearing something about the Caribbean. Some of them are real, like, they probably on some stuff or something like that. You're not supposed to know what it is or who they are. They're supposed to be coming your way. Some of them are in connection. Somebody's name is Artie or Marty. Because I also was hearing that song, Run Up, Get Done Up. Somebody you get for someone you probably have a friend. I feel like it's like people, some friends that you let go of, some cousins or something like that. Because it was like, because that one, Run Up, Get Done Up. If I beefing, we got you. This is also Nuck If You Book songs. My name could be Diamond. Diamond Cheyenne or something like that. I don't know no names like that. Because it's like, if we beefing, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's like, well, I'm beefing with them. This is like somebody trying to go off a whim to get somebody to try to hurt somebody because they in their feelings feeling. But whoever it is that they sending your way. For somebody, if you're going to be by yourself or whatever, don't be concerned, because I feel like whoever it is that's going to be coming your way. Because I don't see somebody backing down. It's like, shit, I got some shit. I can clearly hear whoever it is that they sent somebody, your way or whatever. This is even somebody sitting back trying to watch and see how this shit pan out. Like, no fucking funny business. If this is a dude sitting somebody that he, with, messing with, whatever the case may be, and it's like, because it's like, if we beefing, I got you. You don't even know who the fuck this person is. They may feel like they know you based off of conversation or whatever the fuck situation is going on. So whatever is circulating, right? I'm hearing somebody may feel like they drunk their jungle juice to try to come at you. So somebody be prepared at any given time, because it's low-key another person that's in part of the music industry that also like convinced this person and paid them too. It's like, well, shit, we gotta convince them to come outside or some shit like that. And then when we come out, they come outside. This is one of them situations. It's about 3 people that will want to try to jump you or some shit like that. But whatever this is, somebody, I don't see your ass backing the fuck down, because it's gonna go down. But however they was expecting something to go down, it's like a three against one type shit. It's definitely a 3 against 1. This is like, and if this is like somebody run up, get done up. This is like somebody trying to run up on you or trying to sneak you type shit. I'm also hearing somebody, the person who they want to try to sneak you, they want to be like you type shit. But whatever this is some toxic shit. This is like, well, I just want to see and just make sure that the motherfucker can fight. Like, if this is a man and he know that these women are coming your way, and it's like 3 against 1. But whoever the person that's just by themselves, because it's like, somebody done hype like 3 motherfucking brides heads up to go against somebody that I feel like whoever the person is or these group of people that's bringing these people, for somebody this shit fit to be happening. here within the next week, if not very soon. But it's like it's a manipulation type of situation. It's like, well, shit, because I can hear where this situation is. It's like if we beefing, I got you. So somebody convinced somebody you had some type of bullshit ass fucking beef with them, right? Because it's like I'm feeling like a dude sitting there like, what the fuck? But it's like they trying to send somebody your way just to see if you could fucking fight. But whatever the fuck this is like somebody hoping like you all be fighting for your life or whatever. Because one of them may have a knife, but it's one of those. All right, cool. It's just be mindful where, you know what I'm saying, if you do end up getting sick, I'd rather you take on like, a simple flesh wound than something like, if you gotta fight the person they sitting there trying to fight dirty, always, protect your sides and shit like that. Getting hit in like your legs and shit like that ain't nothing. Um, but whoever it is, it's gonna be like at least one of them that's gonna be trying to have a knife or whatever. But it's like it's some weird ass shit with this, because for whatever this is, if this is females, it's gonna be a three against one type situation. But it's like somebody took this is some fucked up shit, but shit, whatever the fuck it is, and somebody gonna grasp the concept and be like, this motherfucker cuckoo in the brain. They was waiting for this moment. Like I feel like whenever some shit get ready to take off, this is gonna be somebody looking at the situation like, oh, this motherfucker was waiting for this. Cause it's like whoever these three people trying to jump on the one person, it's like, how like I always say, you gotta be mindful about what type of people you fucking with sometimes. Some people got some shit that they really gotta fucking sort out. And then it's like for somebody, if it's some shit internally you dealing with, take this fucking opportunity and let them be the motherfucking example of why they should not ever fucking do that. This is even somebody talking about I did this and I did. It's a lot of this. It ain't a lot of like we gotta handle like somebody. If you got to go Rob Mang on that ass, if they don't know who the fuck Rob Mang is, apparently obliterate these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers that don't even have a very big fucking vocabulary at that. Okay, English is the second language having ass motherfucker type shit, and whatever type shit this is, it's like sadistic though. It's crazy though, because I'm not going to give away the other person's situation, but this is just someone was like, shit, I ain't ever seen him fight before, so I mean, shit, I'm going to take the opportunity. And then it's like, the song that popped in, there goes my baby, but it's like, ooh, shit, confirmation, but it's like at the same time, whatever this shit, this is like some talk. If this is a man bringing some females to come do this shit, but it was like, it's not without a reason. Because it's like, well, who in this situation? But it's like in the defense of whatever the situation is on either side. And it's like a group of men coming in just to try to witness this fuck ass shit. It's gonna be some shit that these motherfuckers gonna be like, are you okay? Like, you good? Somebody, it might be a situation where you had a repeat. Like it's something about a repeat that you had happen in your life before. And somebody, you gonna handle that shit just like that. Because I can clearly see, like, I can see how this shit gonna turn out. If it's a three against one, let's say these three ninjas ain't gonna be able to motherfucking kick back. And whatever fucking shit it is, I'm seeing some dudes literally, like, the one person who's getting quote unquote jumped is the one person who they looking to like try to calm down in the situation, not the other three motherfuckers. Because whatever the fuck fit to go, somebody, you got some shit to sort out. That's all the fuck I'm gonna say in this situation. You got some shit to fucking sort it out, and this is the perfect opportunity. If you battling with something emotionally, psychologically, internally, take it out on whoever the fuck this is, man or woman. It's gonna be the perfect opportunity, because this shit, if it's for me, bring that ass. I ain't never been motherfucking scared. I got some shit to motherfucking sort out, and if you with it, I'm with it. But like, if it's somebody that's end up bringing a knife, just like, I'll be the first one to tell you, if they do hit you, just always protect all center mass at all costs. So you know what I'm saying? You can take a little flesh wound, you can take a little arm, you can take legs and shit like that. Those wounds ain't really too much of shit. But for somebody in a situation, you ain't even have to worry about that, because I feel like for whoever it is that's allowed, like, getting these motherfuckers to come towards you or whatever the case may be, which it could go one or two ways where they end up going to prison before even make it to you. But I feel like if they do make it to you, casket shark type shit. Because what's one rule of the motherfucking game? Certain shit that you just don't do, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But whoever like came up with the plan, this is where somebody is literally gonna look at another person and tell them straight up, you know you fucking dirty for this. You know you fucking wrong for this. This is also certain people that they was hoping that they could size your ass up on some type of shit. Like G shit. These are some motherfuckers that wanted to try to size your ass the fuck up and figure out, well, who can we call to go ahead and hype up to go ahead and try to do this. For somebody, it's just like, I can clearly hear somebody being like, bruh, like, what the fuck is this, bruh? Because if these are broads and they got to sneak somebody, it's three of y'all to that one person. What the fuck you doing trying to run up and try to sneak no somebody? Shit, if it's beef, shit, the era I grew up as, what's up? What's up? Shit, we gonna make something shake or we not? But if these will be motherfuckers that try to want to sneak up, you minding your business, you just chilling. These will be some motherfuckers that want to try to sneak up. But, you know, some of them I highly don't recommend, because whoever the fuck you trying to go do this shit to, don't do it. They do it, it's going to be their last time ever trying to do some shit like that. Whoever the fuck it is that's going to decide to do this shit, it's going to be their last motherfucking time doing that shit. And if it's something that they have to go a distance to go do that shit, I'm hearing it's the last ride. And I don't mean that shit in no motherfucking comedic way. Because this shit is literally like no fucking funny business. Where somebody could get arrested. It's like, say the three people that do this shit, those are going to be the people basically. I ain't going to say the rest of the motherfucking prediction, but if you was the one having to stand alone, I don't see you getting arrested at all. At all. For somebody, you will not be arrested in this situation. Now, the three little retardos, au revoir, is what they say in French. Oui, oui. Thank you. I'm just telling you, if it's three people against one person, it's not a good idea. But, however, in this situation, it seems like someone's going to try it. And the reason being behind it, somebody's fucking reasoning of why they brought whoever it is that they brought your motherfucker way was due to the simple fact they wanted to see somebody. And it's like the motherfuckers that's coming up there with the motherfuckers, it's like, either y'all just real stupid or really fucking dumb, because I feel like the motherfucker basically got a free ride to wherever the fuck they needed to go, and you just wasted your time, and then now you got to get locked up, and now it's, and then whoever this is really fucking immature any fucking way. So for somebody where they needed you to have a fucking bad day, it's gonna be a rough fucking day. Shit, I'm getting even somebody if they use it, hey, somebody is somebody young, or it's like these people could be like in their 20s or some shit like that. They young, or if not, they just very young minded. But whoever it is that they gonna be sitting your way, like however the fuck that shit's gonna go, because this is like, you know how people could, like, say if one of them is fucking pregnant or some shit like that, and you still beat their ass. That's an endangerment to child, bitch. You knew you was pregnant. What the fuck you doing fighting? But shit, they get their ass. Well, I'm telling you, somebody literally is looking like, if there are other two friends, it's like I'm seeing two people down, one still trying to, they gonna be out of breath. They ain't gonna be able to make this shit. Cause it's like, I'm getting somebody, if somebody end up getting real fucking mad in that situation, somebody's going to a casket. Look at here, little girl. Let me tell you something. They 36 and acting way immature for their age, but you're one of the persons that's actually trying to come over here to start that shit. But I'm gonna let you know straight up, off the live, off the stream, ain't shit immature. If you with it, I'm with it. If you know where I'm at, just knock on the door. Be respectful and mindful. But it will be your last ride, so don't feel like you're gonna sit here and do something. I'm about it. Just don't ever fucking get it fucked up. No, I'm hearing it, but I want you to just know where I'm at, though. If you know where I'm at, and your man bringing you, having you come where it's at, Just know he ain't getting back in the motherfucking car to go back with you. You hear me, shawty? So be for real about what it is that you feel you doing. So let me go ahead and block your little retarded ass right now, because apparently your dingy ass is clearly showing how fucking retarded your ass is. Because like that shit be fucking beyond me. So if y'all feel like you're gonna be the ultimate trio, you got one or two options. Because fucking with me, you coming out of your way to come fuck with me. That means you coming from the O, or you coming from wherever the fuck you coming from, cuz that's a ride to come over here to fucking Melbourne. It ain't no threat, it's a promise. And if y'all some dirty ass motherfucking cops or whatever the case may be, again, what state are the fuck we in? I'm too motherfucking pretty to really have to fucking throw hands with your ass any fucking way. Stay in your motherfucking ground. So sneaking up, you looking for your ass to go ahead and get popped. If not, shit, I might not even fuck it up. Shit, I'll probably disarm that bitch, drop the motherfucking bullets, put it in the motherfucking pocket, take out the round of the motherfucking chamber, put it in my goddamn pockets, and still get rocking with your ass. We all got motherfucking options in this shit. Because in my situation, I don't give a fuck about people's feelings, but I'm not going to sit there and fight nobody off reason. It's like, oh, you started. No, ain't nobody started shit. You came over here on this motherfucking live. Okay, I don't give a fuck about you and your golden gun. Y'all, these people is fucking retarded. Y'all feel super. As a matter of fact, let me screenshot this so when it's time to step in motherfucking court with this shit, I'm with it. I'm with it. Because these y'all feeling super brave today. Y'all felt super froggy and brave today, but apparently retarded motherfuckers need attention too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay 10 and 2. Don't speed too fucking fast. It'll be great to know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't hit the curbs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you still retarded and not understand the concept of what the motherfucker's attempting to do, just already know. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind snatching off the wig or nothing like that. I don't mind. But these are some motherfuckers that's truly fucking retarded with this shit. Like, shit, it's called stand your ground. These are motherfuckers that, I don't mind doing this. And they disrespected me. And girl, that boy is trying to get over there to get some motherfucking cootie cat. His money running low and shit like that. His car is fucked up at the same fucking time. He telling you a bold-faced motherfucking lie, already knowing what the fuck, how this shit gonna play out. He just needed to get there. The fuck? People be goofy and retarded in a motherfucker. So you willing to go ahead and fuck up your whole life for this man to sit here? You ain't gonna do it. Shit, I know how that last was for. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it. He know exactly how to get your ass to do it and make sure he get there too. So if you feel like you think he gonna give you the address just to go pull up before you do some shit, come on now. Somebody like ain't the brightest of the motherfucking boat. He just need a ride to get where he's going. You just trying to get over there to this person. And he is. And he is. And he gonna get there one way or another. If it's telling a lie, and apparently the person is great at telling a motherfucking lie, but even if you feel like you gonna ride up there and he don't get a chance to see it, hey, it's a lot of people that witnessed and heard that you and your little friends want to jump and do it. And with them having a PID, like this is not somebody, let me tell you something, little childs. With them already know your immaturity level and they know who you taking with you, all they got to do is give the description of the car and your tags to the right motherfucking officials. Your ass gonna get locked up before you even get there. However, in any type of instance, this situation is going to pan out in any fucking way that this is. You trying to go ahead and hurt this person, I don't feel that shit gonna happen either fucking way. Like for somebody, they don't realize they in a lose-lose type of situation. Is either you gonna run up and get done up, or you just still gonna get your ass locked the fuck up. It's just either fucking way you still get locked up. It ain't no in between in that. And it's like the person you going towards, it's like somebody hoping that they could take advantage of the situation and don't realize they get locked up. Well, if he gonna go over here, then I'm gonna go over here and hurt this person. It's like, you sure? These are not the brightest people. And then this be somebody that sit there and say some messy ass shit. Well, guess what? I got the proof that they did this to your kid and they did this and they said this. And it's like, well, for somebody, if that person decide to do that, all you got to do is push them. Like, if the person approaching you aggressive already, just press fucking record for somebody. And it's like, whatever the fuck they spewing out of their mouth is going to get they dumb ass locked up anyway. Because I know in my situation, you bring up anything about my dead son, I'm just going to push record. Shit, I'm pressing record. I don't give a fuck. You said what? And you do what? That's the one person, like, this is like a person feeling that whatever it is that they'll tell you, that'll be like, I can guarantee that they stay away and won't think about you. It's like, motherfucker, first of all, you got to know the person like that, and whoever this person is, they don't even know you like that. It's like, well, I guarantee this will make them not want to deal with you, and I guarantee that this ain't gonna cause them to do this. I guarantee you just one person that they just know for a fact they can get away with any fucking thing. Because if it's a man that provoked a group of fucking women and go ahead and go do that shit, they did that shit for a fucking reason. Because clearly these are people that don't have logical reasoning behind the situation or what it is that they're hoping to do. At all. At all. It's really like, for real. Like, these people ain't got no logic. They ain't got no reason. This is like somebody sitting there watching from the strip club in the little locker room and shit. Bitch, she said, and bitch, she said, bitch, is we going off after we get off this pole and shit? Because, I need a little bit of change and shit. And he out here, you know what I'm saying? And she sitting there saying this about you. It's for a reason. The fuck? And shit, if shit, the crew is already out there, shit, the crew gonna be willing to come out there with them. Like, this is, this is like somebody like, I'm even hearing the bros even having conversations in the fucking background like, I don't feel this is good. It's like, yeah, fuck it. It's like G shit, the DJ, all these other motherfuckers, it's like, fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, say that they gonna be with it. And it's like, because it's literally giving this motherfuckers in they fucking feelings. It's literally a female trying to get 3 of their goddamn friends. They talking to the DJ or whatever the case may be. And whoever the fuck these other people in the background, it's like, shit, fuck it, let's ride. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, rather hook, hit, wiggle, the swing with the shit, right? Somebody's gonna reach their fucking destination one way or fucking another, right? And it's like, clearly, it's like, oh, if they gonna set me up like that, then I'm gonna go get them locked up. But someone don't realize their fuck up is if whenever they decide, because this is not even an if, when they go do this shit, right? And they feel like, oh, once they start this or whatever the outcome that they're hoping for, which is not gonna be the outcome that they expected at all. But it's like, this happened to me, I'm gonna call the police and tell them this and that. And it's like, do you realize that this fact that regardless of when the police is called or you's gonna put them on child support, they're gonna know that it's emotionally charged? Because with the court system changing as of July, because July is right around the corner, right? As of July 1st, women going to the fucking child support office, and depending on the type of lifestyle that you're living, which they are going to base it on the lifestyle you live in, they're going to have to check your finances. They're going to check how you spend your money, where you spend your money, where you work, who you work with, your surroundings, your child care positioning, how who take care of your kid and things like that. Just because you're dressing up nice doesn't mean you taking care of the kid well, right? They're going to look at all medical things like that. If at any given time that it can prove that father still was there here and there, whether they was watching the kid, bringing you groceries or whatever, and that man got receipts to show and prove that, they're going to go ahead and dismiss your case. And then if they do try to charge that man and they find out that you lied and you based going off to do child support on a man based off you being in your feelings because they left or y'all broke up or some shit like that, you will be charged with what is it called? Personal injury, because that can give men PTSD on top of whatever money that you got from that person. You will have to return that shit. So somebody, and then it's like, If you sitting there trying to accuse the person of, oh, they did this and they said this, but mind you, if you already arrested, how the fuck you gonna give evidence to what somebody said, did, or whatever? Because it's something like, well, he told me. Okay, he said, she said, hearsay is not conducive in the court of law. You see? Somebody is not thinking. This is like somebody very much so emotionally dysregulated. Clearly, this person has emotional instability. Clearly. And this is like, I'm telling you, if this is a group of men and they watching this shit, these fucking men are sitting there in the fucking background like, you know how old school we used to do back in the day? You'd be like, burn, burn. And it's like somebody, like these motherfuckers, like if it's a group of men and then it's women trying to do this shit or trying to plan this shit out, it's literally fucking men in the background sitting there like it's like how the fuck you get roasted and the person ain't even in the fucking room, like. And it's like not only shocking to whoever these fucking men are or whatever, it's like throwing them for a motherfucking loop, but it's in there like, motherfucker, you that's what you was dealing with, and it was like, yeah, but listen, right? And it's like somebody know they ain't even gotta fucking explain because it's like, but you see what I mean? And it's like, we get it, we get it. Like it's literally conversation amongst dudes sitting there talking, but it's like, damn, Shawty just went in on these motherfuckers. It's like, shit, at least go clean your motherfucking armpits and your coochie first. At least some. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you even just try to want to hop out there and go fuck with somebody or some shit. It's like, goddamn, did you record for your OnlyFans today, back page, or whatever the fuck it is that you doing? Because clearly it ain't shit legit. God forbid you Haitian and somebody leak your motherfucking video to your daddy. Like the fuck? Like these be motherfuckers that start some shit with you and be fucking shamed in a bitch if you go ahead and get a piece of whatever fucking information you need. Noted. And these motherfuckers, if these a group of dudes surrounding some bunch of fucking females, it's like like, you know how you try to keep your motherfucking composure from laughing at fucking people. Like, these are fucking dudes literally trying to compose themselves from fucking laughing at fucking people. And then it's like the people, the ones that's getting laughed at, they sitting there, they feeling uncomfortable and it's just like, damn, do I really want to do this? Do I not want to do this? Because it's like, you know, you could only fucking blackmail and hold some shit over a person's head for so fucking long, bro. Like, shit, that's why I said I could not ever be a fucking man. Like, bitch, I got a kid with you. You get on my fucking nerves like this, and I got to sit there and provoke your ass. Like, shit, I'm finna go to the motherfucker I really be having fucking fun with and shit like that. Bitch, you just gonna have to be mad. But we got kids, and I'm gonna put you on child support, and I'm gonna call this such and such, and put you on... Bitch, do what you gotta do. But clearly, you know what I'm saying, somebody should be smart enough to make sure that you already such and such as, you know, they being super emotional, being stupid shit, they trying to call and do this other shit, and like, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't tell shit about fucking family, but shit, I'll be calling my own motherfucking, like, I'm telling you, I couldn't be a fucking dude. APO. Right now, I'm dealing with a bitch right now, and this bitch is super fucking emotional. I didn't realize she was crazy. Of course, they gonna tell you and your bad motherfucking decisions, you know, hey, but it's like, hey, but allow me to explain so you know, the call get ready to come through. This is what it is. Shit, I'll be even go as fucking far. If you need me to do a lie detector test about the motherfucking bitch doing this and they trying to call and get me in trouble over some shit, I'm telling you the truth right now so we can avoid that conflict. It's like, okay, cool, shit. If I was the probation officer, I'd be like, shit, cool. I got you. No worries. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, on some real ass shit. These be motherfuckers like... If you really just know, you know your shit and you on your shit, like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we, it's about the kid, right? And shit, if you real fucking thorough about it, and then how you can seriously prove that shit, go put your own self on fucking child support. G shit. If you a grown ass man and you want to leave a bitch, or you trying to leave somebody, put yourself on motherfucking child support. I guarantee that bitch ain't gonna have shit to say. You wanna know why? Because now legally by terms you have joint custody. You don't pay child support on joint custody because now you get to go ahead to predict that motherfucking rate that you want to pay. You welcome, fellas. So y'all quit, you know, having that motherfucking crazy ass anxiety about is she gonna do? Man, fuck what that hoe gonna do. Yeah, I want to put myself on child support and file for joint custody. Shit, you can come up with a quick little $500 to $700. Go ahead and file that motherfucking paperwork. Your Honor, I got proof that a pamper formula, whatever the case may be. The little bit calling about fucking grocery shit. If y'all real fucking real and thorough with this shit, every time they calling and texting about formula, pampers, wipes, milk, anything of that necessity of a baby, as a man, you should keep them motherfucking receipts, them text messages of what she asked for. On the day she asked, she said, oh, we need some food or some groceries. Oh, you need some food and groceries? You take your ass to the grocery store, you buy the goddamn groceries, you keep the goddamn receipt of what you bought, you take a pictures of the receipt, the groceries you bought, and then you take a picture of yourself dropping that bitch off. Guess what? You got proof and evidence, and you can submit that into the court of motherfucking law. God forbid that bitch be like, he ain't did shit, he a deadbeat, and he did it, and he did it. Bitch, now you gotta prove that, hoe. You gonna have to prove that. It's too hard to be too difficult to try to prove some shit that clearly you asked for groceries, right? Took a picture of myself, this receipt, me dropping this shit off. I'm at your door. What she do at that point, she can't say I didn't do that. I knocked on the door. Shit, if you real cold with it, you go ahead and record her ass getting it. Well, shit, you ain't even got to record it. Shit, just her hand grabbing the motherfucking groceries going into that bitch. Shit, if you get inside that goddamn crib and inside her house, you take a picture of you being at that bitch house. You go in there, you go put them groceries on her counter. So at least you got proof that you did go inside and that food did get taken in. Okay? Same thing with Pampers, wipes, formula, whatever the fuck it is with that. Oh, they needed clothes, they needed shoes. You take pictures of that shit. That's how the fuck y'all need to be fucking protecting yourselves. 10 times out of 10, you can tell the difference between a man that's actually trying to do his shit and other motherfuckers just, they don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit really fucking works. Like, G shit, I don't give a fuck what state you in. All 50 states, that's how that shit really operate. But most of the time, as a man, y'all don't be sitting there really protecting yourself. I mean, shit, you can be out here thinking with your dick or whatever, but shit, be smart about it. Like, if this bitch saying she need that, and you don't feel like she gonna be responsible, picture, we are in the digital era. Because it's no longer be he say, she say, and then God forbid it's some shit you do got going on, and she started trying to bring, the kids into the situation. Guess what? You protected your whole self from that shit, right? God forbid that it's the day you get ready to break up. Screenshot that shit, whether you do it via text message or y'all having a conversation. Don't record her, because in the state of Florida, you got to have consent or whatever. But you can record what it is she doing in the background, as long as you ain't recording her too. But it's just like, or you're, not recording her physically, where it's like in there. But that conversation we broke up, in which it gets clearly, the cell phones clearly shows the date and the time that shit went on. So when it's time for your ass to get ready to hit the court date, guess what? Ain't shit that motherfucker can say. Not a motherfucking word. Because at that point, they gonna know that person is trying to do retaliation or do something very spiteful towards you. That's all the fuck that really is. Like, no bullshit. So 10 times out of 10, if you can sit there and do the shit like that, you avoid going to jail, you avoid all that other extra shit. But shit, if she swing on you, now, guess what? You're in the right, she's in the wrong. A win is a fucking win. Don't hit her. You press record. Hey, bro, I'm trying to keep you up off of me. And she getting aggressive and violent and shit like that. Paybacks be a motherfucker. I ain't got no time to be jumping on no motherfucking man. She gonna act Google Gaga cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puss. Be fucking smart enough to go ahead and protect yourself from that bullshit. G shit. These be bitches that be like, oh, cause I'm this bitch and I'm better than her. Baby, if you was on Rita type of level shit, a nigga say go, shit, I'm ready for the next motherfucker. 1 for 1 at the back door. It's 20 more to go ahead and go pick up shit. This is not a fishbowl. Are you in a fishbowl or are you in the ocean? Shit, some of y'all playing in the motherfucking under the sea. It smells fishy, but I like the ocean a little bit better, you see. You be motherfuckers like, shit, get that DNA test or whatever the case may be, or let the courthouse do the DNA test. And y'all know sometimes if y'all find out that the kid ain't yours and whatever you had to pay to get the DNA test, she got to pay that shit back to you, especially if the kid ain't yours. Especially you end up finding out a kid ain't yours and you was taking care of it. That's why I say take pictures of your goddamn receipts of anything that you purchased for that kid. I don't give a fuck if the car seat, the stroller, shit, paying rent, whatever the case may be. And it's proven that that kid ain't yours. She got to pay you back everything you paid for. You're welcome, sirs. You're welcome, fellers. Be a little bit elaborate. These be motherfuckers like, I ain't know all of this shit. Well, shit, be fucking smart before you try to comfort somebody. Shit, I'm gonna be pro man right about now, cause shit, this fucking idea that somebody fucking had that they was thinking like, oh, we gonna do this. It's like, you too motherfucking immature. We got options, shit. It's too immature. It's supposed to be a secret. We supposed to do this. Somebody could be a Cancer, Leo. Somebody could be going with like a baby mom, a sister or something like that. But then it's like somebody really trying to really think about it, because for somebody, these were the people who are trying to, you know, do stuff and block whatever it is that you're doing. But these are the same ones that's going to bring up something like, in my situation, you roll up and you got something, you say something about my motherfucking son, your ass getting locked the fuck up. I ain't even fit to fight you. Because it's like, I can already know, like, that's not a good day for nobody. Nobody. But I don't have time to take it there, shit. 911, you got 3 broads to come pick up right now. You got 3 broads to come pick up, and you got like literally how long it's gonna take y'all? I'm not gonna sit here on motherfucking dispatch with y'all all motherfucking day. Is it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever? This is Melbourne, so there's police that do stay in the motherfucking neighborhood. So somebody better fucking come respond quickly. But shit, that's the cool evidence. So you mean to tell me that you knew about it, right? How long you knew? I'm gonna hit their ass with the motherfucking questions like I'm the motherfucking interrogator. And you knew how long? And who told you? I'm gonna need you to drop names. Because and with them being ignorant enough to do this fuck shit, for somebody, you gonna be fucking fly enough to go ahead and get their ass locked up off the strip that you knew something. Accessory to the crime. That's what it's called. Accessory to the crime. You knew something, you didn't say nothing. You're accessory to the crime. And then try to use that to blackmail somebody, that's even worse. And then try to fight the person based off of some dumb shit that you already participating in. You already guilty by association. You want to be accessory to a crime. Then it's a premeditated assault case. Then on top of that, it's just like, this is like somebody that don't realize how much shit is written all over this. This is like somebody trying to go fight with a fucking a retired Marine that just be minding their motherfucking business, not understand Marines are literally trained killers. No bullshit. Marines are literally no bullshit trained killers. Depending on what part of the military you worked in, you know, you probably got other extensive training, but this is like people like, oh, well, we can go do this, we can do this. It's like, I wouldn't... And especially if they're combat fucking veterans, you looking, and that's you looking for the problem. You wanted that problem. So whatever fucking occurs on that day is just your personal thing. Because it used to be like, damn, I didn't want to. It's like, don't go provoking some shit. Don't go chasing motherfucking waterfalls. And then end up just like, now it turned into fucking blood diamond type waterfall type shit. Like, that's not a good day for any fucking body. And then it's like, it's literally gonna leave somebody in fucking trauma shock. Like, I lost them, and then it was this, but then somebody, whoever could have put them up to this, do you not understand that you can end up charged with a premeditated crime if somebody get injured in that situation? Because the questions are gonna be, how did you know where this person lived? How you knew their address? Whatever the case may be. So, like, not only is it harassment, not even if it's stalking. Now, at this point, if they have a fucking, knife or something like that, and they come towards, like, say, if you the person that's getting jumped or assaulted, and you use your weapon, it's self-defense. Them coming towards you with something, right? And they have weapons themselves, or, other things right there, right? That is, at that point, is considered premeditated murder. And this is going to be a group of people, they're not realizing that if they got certain things and they try to stab you, shoot you, whatever, it's considered premeditated murder. Especially if they got to travel to where you are. These are not bright fucking people at all. Somebody just Breathe before you respond, unless they're just trying to do something or for something. And it's either they're gonna be stupid to do it, or it's just gonna be they just go to jail. It's gonna be one way or another. Something about a flood. Oh, it's about to be a flood in the Rocky. If you live in the Rocky Mountains area or Rocky Mountain states, there will be a flood in the next 4 weeks. You're the prize. Surprise, surprise. Somebody, you are dealing with immature ass fucking people for real. Somebody could be from Virginia. Somebody could be born in 1988. Somebody could be 51. For somebody, these are the people that's also on your fucking social media. It's like, this is also, these are people sending these people money like, damn, I give you some money just to do it. Just who gonna record it? And it's like these super mothers running off on a plug, ain't it? Yep, somebody definitely. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Like, get them hurt. I'll pay for y'all trying to get there. I'll pay for y'all to get there. Somebody could have been born in 68 or 1986 or 84. 96, 98, or 94. Somebody could have been born in 2000. Child, somebody don't hurt them damn kids, but shit. I mean, whoever situation that they could be, do what you gotta do. But whatever the fuck this is, somebody, you know what I'm saying? The person that's by themselves, you come out as the victor in the situation. Especially you're by yourself, you come out as the victor. These motherfuckers like, and some of these people be like part of the gang or whatever. This is even somebody that's literally, if they are tourists or something like that, they gonna leave the fucking baby at home by themselves. Not only are they looking at a DCF CPS motherfucking case, assault case, an attempted murder case, and if it's like somebody parent go along with it type shit, it's just like somebody just, if this ain't a messy ass situation, it's fucking messy. This is like somebody hoping that they could like provoke a situation so like you could get locked up or some shit like that. But it's like somebody kids is at home. Like they could be a stripper, an escort or something like that, and they are leaving like literally the kid or kids or a fucking baby or something. This is giving that, y'all know that court case where the lady literally left like the 1 month old, the 1-year-old or something like that in the house by themselves while they went on a vacation because they said they needed a vacation. Somebody got a fucking mentality like that person. G shit. Somebody better pray to God that there, whatever DNA test that they fucking take, that it's not their kid, in order for them to not only get additional charges or something put on them. Well, you said that the babysitter was supposed to go over there and such and such was gonna grab the kid before, or this could have some shit already fucking happened or something like that. But you know how somebody could like fight so fucking hard, they better not go over there and they better not go over there. That person did not realize that they were manifested for a person to go somewhere, wherever the fuck it is that they was wanting someone not to go. They literally manifested this shit. This is even given where they could even just try to pull up or whatever and it's getting ready to fucking pop off or some shit like that, and it gets dead, stopping the tracks due to something going on. And then it's like, as the shit is getting ready to go or happen or whatever, it gets stopped. Because I'm getting somebody, are you such and such and such? Because it's like, as something getting ready to take off, I don't know if the person didn't realize that somebody either looking at someone's plates They looking at something that's like out of place. But it's like, this is accounting, but it's somebody sending in a call and it's like, do you see this car? Da 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 da. And whatever fucking car it is that's gonna be seen, it's like, whoop whoop, you're under arrest. Well, it's like, what the fuck, I'm under arrest? I thought you said such and such mama was supposed to go to my house to go get this kid. But somebody, did somebody get DNA results before they did some shit? This shit is a okie doke for somebody. Somebody finna get hit with the okie motherfucking doke in this shit. Well, either way the situation go, it's gonna be fucking funny. Let's just say a situation fit to pan out funny for somebody. It's just like, whoever the three people that's gonna come in is literally like no fucking funny business. It's supposed to be up to three, right? Three people get ready to ride with them or whatever. Somebody gonna say something. Or it's like either they gonna stay back in the car or they gonna trail. It's like, yeah, girl, yeah, let's go ahead. Some wretched ass. There gotta be some wretched bitches. But whatever it was that this person was trying to say, yeah, we're gonna do this, right? It could have been four. But out of the four, just say if you by yourself, let's just say the shit is one. Let's just say that. If you're a man and this situation is one of those, I gotta come back and record this one and tell y'all about this shit later. Cause whoever came up with whatever this fucking plan is, cause I keep hearing somebody got this fucked up in the head. Do they have somebody? You gonna have to question some fucking person. I mean, that's if you don't pop the fuck off and get ready to fucking knock their goddamn head off their shoulders. But considering, like, you know, it's going to be a temporary hostile situation, because it's like the song in that situation that's coming out, there goes my baby. Ooh, girl, look. The fucked up shit is, if this is a group and this other man that have to come in, and it's like one person sitting there and like they ain't said nothing yet, but it's just like, and they trying to keep a fucking straight face, but the straight face ain't gonna last for too long, because it's like, either I don't know who they are, but it's gonna be one of those like, shit. There it's like they're hard for to be pounding. But if it's like they coming and it's like other people, like other men that's coming, and I'm just seeing motherfuckers look at this motherfucker like, what? I'm a it's a sticky ass fucking situation. I swear for God, this shit is fucking sticky. But it's funny than a motherfucker at the same time. Cause you ever have somebody that do some fucked up shit, right? And it still get an end result, but then it's like, this is like the main person catching on to either like a group of homies looking at the person who they gonna be with or want to be with or some shit like that. And it's like, why are you looking at them like that? Cause you, and then it's like, I can hear about one or two of them saying, but you ain't say it was all that though. And then it's like you didn't say it's all of that though. And then it's like another two, but hold up. It's like, if this is not a flip it and fucking reverse it type of situation, it's literally some motherfucker say, but you ain't say all of this. Hold up. And then they sit here have a conversation, but it's like, but you, and it's like, I'm seeing if it's another dude in this group, and it's like somebody getting rowdy, like two or three out of the dudes, they ain't with that type of shit. Cause it's like, these will be motherfuckers that'll pull a Corey Huckle, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. Like, these will be a motherfucking dude that will just literally deck a bitch in they shit. Especially if they don't like her, they don't have no respect. Like, these are men that they respect a woman, they not gonna put their hands on. But the fucking women that they know ain't got no self-esteem, ain't got no fucking common sense. These will be literally men that would literally mollywop, drop a fucking female with no hesitation, no thinking. My man gonna do this, my man. That dude ain't fit to do shit for you, shouty. On some G shit. Cause whatever conversation is going on amongst these dudes, they got questions. what these other broads is doing, because I'm getting like, I'm telling you, somebody is literally, someone wants to jump somebody, but it's like 2 to 3, it's like 4 of them possibly. For somebody it's about 3, for somebody it could be about 4. It just depends on your situation. I don't know your situation, I ain't got that problem, but I made it very fucking clear, if you want it, what's up. But it's like, whatever this situation is, I clearly can see 2 of them literally pulling back. So it was just literally 2 on 1. But the 2 that's going to try to jump on them, they have 0 chance against the person that they're going against. Because whoever the person is, they're trained in something. I don't know if the motherfucker do taekwondo. I don't know if the motherfucker do jiu-jitsu. I don't know if the motherfucker is what you call her. What's her name? Clarissa Shields. I don't know shit, like I said, or somebody could like that. Like if you like me, I love that fucking MMA shit. Like that shit is like, it's a thrill. It's literally become like the fucking best outlet ever. But saying that it's dudes or whatever, it's literally getting where it's like some shit getting ready to happen. Somebody, I feel like somebody gonna spot at the same time. I'm hearing a nigga get that motherfucker. They don't stand a chance. Like it's a whisper amongst these people. It's like they don't stand a chance, bro. But then it goes from, get over here, da 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 da. And then it's like something gonna happen, but it's just like whatever that is, just like somebody just keep focus on what it is, because for somebody you don't have to worry about the man. Keep your focus on these 2 females that staying in, because I feel like it's 2 of the motherfuckers like, I'm not, because it's like 2 of them wising up, and it's like, you know what, she is right. Because if we do ride with this person and they do got, the guns, and they trying to do all this other stuff, and especially for me, like if they don't have, they're not licensed, say that you are licensed, that means you're licensed and trained to know what type of situations where you can use your weapon and when not to use your weapon. For somebody, the other situation, they are not trained, they're not qualified, they're not none of that shit. Because like for me, I know I have to be very fucking mindful, because with me already having military background, me already having qualifications in being versed in having weapons and stuff like that, I have to be super mindful. It's no different than a boxer having to be mindful of getting into street fights. If you do like not jiu-jitsu but MMA and stuff like that, you UCL UFC fighting, you have to be very fucking mindful of how you handle people, right? And these are people that are not like trained or anything like that. So with that being said, this is like, it's like a couple of them that I don't know if this like shit. You could even just be the same height of these people, or taller, smaller, whatever. You could be more, for me, shit. You gonna be like, damn, seeing them shoulders, bitches. You a linebacker, shit. It could be whatever, but I don't really give a shit. Like for somebody, just keep your focus on the 2 fucking people. But whoever it is that they was trying to make something go up to, it's whatever with these dudes. The conversation is fucking hilarious, because it's like the person who like literally just got there, because it's one of those, I can hear this person, either you was gonna see me or you was gonna see me, because you acted like you just needed to see me type shit. Like toxic at its best, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. However, it's like apparently your ass needed to see me, okay? Like I'm seriously hearing the fucking man's mentality in the process of doing this shit, and they could have figured out like, oh, I know this is fucking wrong, but I needed to get there now. But it's like they may have an inkling or something like that, or whatever it is, their reasoning for it was a fucking reason for it. But it's like whoever like the other friends are that's going along with this shit, I don't know if they haven't ever seen you physically before or met you, or it's something that changed or whatever the case may be. But whoever these other people are in this situation is really giving that seeing you. And I feel like, I don't know how the fuck you coming out in this situation, or what you look like, what you got the fuck on. I'm hearing somebody, hold up, wait the fuck a minute. Hold up. That. It's one of those, I hear somebody gonna scream out, motherfucker, you lie. You lie. And I can hear whoever the person was that literally, because it's like, here comes my baby. Like they trying to keep a fucking straight face, but these other motherfuckers like, hold on, shawty. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And then it's like somebody petty than a motherfucker in this situation. Somebody petty than a motherfucker. I thought you said you didn't like the motherfucker. And somebody's face is gonna be like, fuck. And then it's like, this shit is fucking funny. Like, it's supposed to be like, it, it's literally turning in. What's that damn shit? Blue Street. Like how Martin went over Me Largo, Pantalones type shit. It's like, what your name is? What's your name? But it's like how you like how the person asks your name is clearly whoever like the group can sit there and see that people starting to flirt and they sitting there like got these eyes like it's roaming where it shouldn't roam, and then these are all supposed to be cool peoples and shit like that. Like whatever this shit is, it's like, and whatever perception of whatever these females could have had, it's just like one of those. It's like, shit. You know, shit happens, but it's like for whoever it is, it's like literally somebody in that situation. Y'all know each other very well. So y'all have to know each other fucking very well for me to pick up on that dynamic of there goes my baby, and it's like low key. It's like the other person is literally trying to keep their fucking composure because it's like I can clearly hear somebody saying, "What the fuck going on? What the fuck is this shit?" But the person that who knows that it coming is just like this shit can go south real fucking fast. So somebody gonna have to think like real quick on their motherfucking feet about whatever the fuck it was that end up trying to transpire before whatever conversation that needed to be fucking happen. Literally. Like I could see somebody literally trying to think quick on their motherfucking feet, but for somebody in a situation, it's gonna be some motherfucking people. If it's like somebody wanted to be rowdy with their shit, that shit gonna die real motherfucking fast. As quick as it's gonna get ready to start is as quick as that shit ends. Like no bullshit. But it's also as the folks getting ready like to walk up to, you know, to see it all, because everybody gonna be seeing it. It's literally somebody sitting there looking at this shit like, you know, this ain't gonna pan out how y'all. And it's like literally somebody like, fuck. I know. And it's like, they like, you knew this, didn't you? Mm-hmm. But it's like, I just needed to know though. It's like, motherfucker, these will be people that can literally, you know how like you can be out and about and you can just tell when a motherfucker just they into this shit. And these are motherfuckers like, that's ever just seeing somebody that's real motherfucking pretty or whatever, but it's like certain people have stories behind them. But it's like, you know what you know when you can look at a person and you can observe the fucking person. It's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work type shit. But for whoever it is, like if it's still immature people in that situation, they still gonna fucking try it. But it's like they're not realizing it's like whoever they gonna be coming to do this shit and trying to run up with, it's like 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers going back out like instant. For somebody, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 of the, or it's gonna literally just be that person standing alone. So for somebody, it's just gonna be like, all right, it's one of them. Do we stop it? Do we not? But then, you know, in part of the situation, like say if you have people trying to watch you, like for me, shit, it's all eyes on me. But it's like, you know, I know how to conduct the situation appropriately. For somebody, you know, whatever it is. Regardless of what the situation is, and a person to, you know, approach you in a hostile situation, the first thing is, you know, your first step is to de-escalate the situation. Now, if that situation is not able to be de-escalated, because for somebody on your end, you look to de-escalate it, on the other end, that other person just, I don't know if they felt that they needed to prove a point, or to try to assert something, because clearly it ain't going to be fucking dominance on either fucking end. Like this person may feel like that they dominate because of whatever the fuck it is that they do. Somebody's name could be Dominic or Dominique or some shit like that. Diamond is start with a D name or something like that. Shawnee, whatever the type of person is, you may have an idea or whatever. You may just heard a name. They may know of you, you might not know of them or how they look like. It's just some weird shit like that. But whatever the instance is of this situation, for somebody, you're like, you'll know like when it's coming or whatever. But however it's going to do, like for somebody, just be mindful if they have a weapon on them and they come towards you and they travel to come to you, they will get locked up. So regardless of, if you're smart, you always know, don't ever fucking swing first in any type of fucking situation. This will be a person that will run their mouth and they hoping that they can get you provoked. That's like somebody else. That's why your son and and it's like, okay, are you fucking done, bro? This is like somebody that will get more emotionally charged about the situation than what you would be. So for somebody, like I said, it's like you basically won the situation, whether you swing or not. For somebody, it's not even going to probably even make it to that point. Like it's a dead end situation where this person basically, for somebody, even if they, like, for me, it's like, shit, I'm with it. But regardless, you'll be more embarrassed before you even start that shit. It's like somebody loves to run their fucking mouth to just try to provoke it. Because you know how, like, people love to fucking talk or whatever. Bitch, I heard you said. Okay, and what? What's the point? What end point or result you're looking to get into? Because it's like somebody literally is going to respond to a person like that. What end result are you hoping to get from this situation? And the person that's more emotionally charged in this situation, they're not going to be able to fucking think through that. Case in point, you already won that situation. They do not know how to emotionally fucking regulate that shit. And for somebody, I feel like even if this is a group of fucking people and they may have an idea who you are or something like that, they may have seen you like de-escalate certain shit or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always any fucking real reason to like go at no fucking body, but it's like, logically, in a smart, intelligent, and emotional, intelligent, mature way, what end result are you looking to get from this situation? When you ask that and that person is still being aggressive, still being hostile, right? You still do not ever raise your hand in that situation because allow them to blow the steam. They're blowing the steam up their own ass. That's why I'm saying just be, smart about, how you handling the person. Because the thing of it is, the rule of engagement, regardless of what it is, you don't touch or provoke. So clearly, this is a person coming towards you to provoke something. So meaning they're going to look for certain things to, basically. It's like they looking for a particular response or a reaction from you, and they're not going to get it. And with whatever response or they're looking for a reaction, not a response. You're responding, and then exactly. So this is like a situation whenever a person is trying to bring in and be very hostile. Like I'll tell anybody, energetically, you can know what type of energy a person is in. If you know you're a bit in Zen energy, you just chilling, you minding your business, and someone comes towards you and they're you're gonna feel the energy. But once you keep yourself at a calm state, you know what I'm saying? That means that person is now at a low vibrational state. They've been there at that point. And for them to always look for a reason to keep blah, 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 blah. Okay, you can talk all fucking day. As my granny said, shit, they can sit there, yo, granny, yo, daddy this, and it's like, okay, so what point, like when you still can elaborate the things of what it is that you want to say, what point are you looking to get with this situation? What is the point of this? If they can't give you a fucking response 10 times out of 10, that person will end up having a reaction while you're responding. You see? So then it's like, oh, you could try me, you could try. It's like, shut up, bro. Like you just tell a person, just shut the fuck up, bro. Because at this point, if you cannot articulate, elaborate, and emotionally regulate your fucking self about what the fuck it is that you're going to do, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not even doing that. 10 times out of 10, you don't ever fucking walk away or run away, especially if the person is still within your vicinity and there's certain things like that. Because at any given time, regardless if they don't react in that moment, just know possibly, but depending on how reactive the person is, how aggressive that they're coming towards you with, you know what I'm saying? If you dealing with motherfuckers that's on that rah-rah, ratchet, hood rat, bald-headed, hood rat bullshit, right? Just know now for 1 second this shit is not done. You walking away, you're basically looking for that person to either shoot you, stab you, or whatever, because once they realize that if they size you up and they know for a fact that you're going to defend yourself, they're going to take that chance and opportunity. Yeah, stand your ground. Yeah, this is, stand your ground type of situation. But don't ever turn your back whenever it comes to that, especially if you feel that that person's still in your vicinity, if they haven't got arrested, other people ain't got them out of the way. You don't ever turn your back. You stand your ground, you wait for it, but whatever it is, it's like, have you come to your resolution of what solution you're looking for out of this situation? What is your outcome or hope for this? And that is like a form. Sometimes it's a tactic where you can use in form of negotiation, or you use that in a form of a tactic to just see what was the sole purpose of what exactly are you looking to get from this. And the longer that they got to sit there, you got to know they're in an emotionally charged situation. Them not being able to elaborate with them, and 10 times out of 10, if they already have some type of emotional or psychological disorder, you have to be prepared for some sort of outburst, aggressive behavior, or assault. And this is like it said, you don't take your eyes off of them. You don't ever move or whatever. Because this would be people like around here, especially when it's coming to people hoping like, oh, she's crazy. She's delusional. She's bipolar. It's like, motherfucker, I'm the most sane person that you will ever fucking meet. Like 10 times out of 10, I fucking surprise myself. It's like, damn, Rita, you would have probably smacked the fuck out of them and then asked questions. But then it's like, what result are you getting from that? Because you don't ever really realize what the real problem is. But it's like, yeah, testing the temperament, trying to test what, where they can get you. These are people like, I got to test them first. It's like, what you testing somebody for? For what? What is your real issue? And sometimes if you have to ask a person what's their real issue with you and they can't come up with an answer, 10 times out of 10, they didn't have no motherfucking issue with you. It's just pure envy, jealousy, or they're just upset. They're misdirecting or just misguided fucking anger. Basically, that's all it is. Misguided anger. Like, redirect that shit to somewhere else. Redirect that anger into, hey, I should do fucking better with my life. You're going to spend your life fighting over a man that says he don't want you. That means now you're taking a hit at your worth and your self-esteem. Who's triggered here? Not me. It's not me sitting here running after, well, my man said, I don't give a fuck what the fuck my man said. If he started that shit, he better be able to finish this shit. You ain't got to lay your motherfucking hands to do that. You can break a person down with anything if they are already dealing with emotional and psychological things, I mean, before I, all those things, but it's just like, it just is what the fuck it is. You ain't got to be from the streets. It's just common sense. But then again, I have to always remember, you got to always remember your common sense is not the next person's common sense. To you, you'd be like, simple math. Just let it the fuck out. But you got to always remember, your common sense is not the next person's common sense. It's simple. Once you know that, shit, let the person be. If they want to be for the street, let them be for the street. Shit. If they're going to go over there, they're just going to go over there. It's not anything you can do. But the worst thing you can ever do, if you know your person is cheating, they just what they do, and you stayed there and you allow them to do that, now you're putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. You're not happy. So you're taking your misguided emotions and feelings and reiterating it to a person that ain't have shit to do with it versus that's who your problem is. It's not that person's problem that person wants to go over there. Your problem is still with that person, not the person over there. Your problem is with that person right there. And when you're not able to go ahead and pay attention to that situation, guess what? You're still at a loss. You're still in the lose-lose situation. I'm going to pull up on this person and do this to them. And what did that person do to you? They made that person. Okay, that seems like victim mentality. You ever had to just be in a situation where you're basically redirecting them for them to, hey, you should try reflection. So you mean you're getting mad because this person did this to you? And guess what? You still fucking move where it get funny, but they're going to get pissed off. You laughing at me? I should laugh at you. But it's like, shit, everyone laughs at somebody's pain. Everybody played the fool. But how many fools you going to be? Boo-boo the fool, stupid the fool, or you just going to be goofy the fool, getting locked up and eating fucking prison food? I don't know which one you want to choose. You know what I'm saying? It's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you also, as people in certain situations, you got to always understand it's a them problem, never you. If they're bringing that shit to you, it's a them problem. It like I'm a person where a lot of people just say you're an asshole. I don't give a fuck. It sounds like a personal problem. That right there. It's like you just basically have to tell that person it sounds like a personal problem. Even with family and stuff like that. You didn't help me pay my bill. It, I didn't help you pay your bill in something that I'm not in. That's crazy work. You know what? The thing of it is when it's like even if it's just not even like a relationship or something like that, people trying to confront you about situations that you have zero problem with. Like for me, I be in my own fucking world. I'm not worried about what the fuck going on. It's way bigger shit and things like that. You owe not like you're not responsible how for somebody feels and what the fuck they think about you. Oh, you a ugly bitch. Okay, congratulations. I'm glad that you feel that way. Is there anything else? It sounds like a personal problem, right? And when you can go ahead and tell a person that, like, it's a personal problem, you realize that, right? You go on about your day. Then they're going to, you know what I'm saying? But you have to also just always pay attention to the slightest thing that people are saying to you, because then at the end of the day, you can be like, it sounds like a personal problem. But it seems as if you're taking a hit like this. That's called simple projection. What you tend to say about others is about what you feel about yourself internally. It's not even slick talk, it's just the facts. When people choose to go ahead and try to hit certain things about what you have going on in your life, it's not slick talk, it's literally projection. I'm not flipping anything on it, I'm just bringing it to your fucking attention to be self aware versus trying to bring awareness to the next person. Biblically, if they want to be a biblical motherfucker, don't try to pull glass out of my eye when you got a whole bunch of glass in yours. You see? It's you ugly. Okay, where in your heart or in your body and your brain that you feel ugly? You could be pretty on the outside, but still be an ugly ass individual. You see? And then it's like, they'll stumble off their words. And then at the end of the day, guess what? Battles won. You pick and choose your fucking battles. Like for me, if I ain't gotta fucking fight you, I ain't gotta do with you shit. You just choose what it is that you want to do with the person. But it's still, at the end of the day, it sounds personal. It's a personal thing. You are not responsible how the fuck somebody feel. But whatever this situation is, let's just say somebody got a fucking free ride that day. Whatever this person is deciding to do, whatever the fuck this is, somebody literally got a fucking free ride out of this situation. Because I don't know if somebody got in like a car wreck, or this person like, damn, somebody was like messy. Somebody really deals with somebody that was super fucking messy, where it's like they could have like cut their tires or some shit like that. And that's good for you, because guess what? Now you save yourself a headache and problem, and then whoever problem it was, it's like one of those situations you just say, like, shit, that was a personal problem. You trying to get me involved in your bullshit. It ain't got shit to do with me. That's grown woman shit. That's mature behavior. Because you're mad because it's something that you can't get out of it. So now you're trying to look to use me to go ahead and do this, but you couldn't get me to do it. So, of course, they're going to move on to the next motherfucker who's gullible enough and stupid to do it. But shit, at the same time, you don't ever get fucking upset about it. But you also got to be fucking mindful. Like, shit, they still get what I used to always tell people, a win is a win. A win is a win. It doesn't, it don't even fucking matter about having to be mindful. You just look at the situation. The end result is a win is a motherfucking win, regardless of how it is. Because like I said, the person who's standing alone in this situation, you're still, it's a win for you, regardless how this situation will go. The person by themselves, it's a win. If you're somebody born in 67, 76, 73, 63, 70, somebody could be 30, somebody could be 36, 37. It's like literally a situation where something's going to be caught red-handed. And if it was like people trying to offer a situation, you might get somebody want to come in with a peace offering. With something like somebody might want to have a sit down and talk about something like for real. It might get heated for a quick little second, but it's a meant well conversation, because if you are a mother in this situation, and somebody could be between the age of 20 to 37. What I'm channeling at this time, I'm sorry, mama. I didn't mean to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. I got some skeletons in my closet I don't think no one knows. So somebody could be confessing. It's not like coming out the closet or whatever the case may be. I mean, it could be, but I don't feel like it's that type of coming out the closet. If anything, they might bring up some shit that maybe happened to them when they were younger, just to bring to your attention about some shit that they probably had been battling with for a little bit. But it's like, I'm done with this shit type thing. Like, it's stuck between a rock and a hard place type situation. But it's also like, listen to your child with compassion. Especially if you're born in like 72, 76, 77, 1970, 73, 74. 84, 78, 89, something like that. If you're born in those times, just hear the, like, don't, how can I explain it? It's one of those, if you ever had somebody ask you, do you need a silent partner? It's not, and it does. Most of the time, I tell people that all the time, that does affect them. That will affect them. But it's one of those silent partners where, as a parent, naturally, we want to always give our children advice. We always want to give them fucking advice. We really do. And it's like, the heartbreaking part of it is like, baby, you hurting yourself more that you keep this in. It's like, I'm not here to judge you, but it's just like, it's a better way and it's a right way to deal with it. And especially if you're not a person that you had to deal with that type of shit, or it was just some shit that you worked through yourself personally. Excuse me. Because I don't feel like the person is like, whatever just probably just happened or transpired with this person within, give or take. So I feel like the last 7 years, something was just like fucking with them, right? But I feel like something real heavy within the last 6 days to the last 3 weeks. And whatever the fuck this is that they're going to have to tell you, it's going to make you cry. And then it's not about coming out the closet. It ain't about none. It's something big. But it's one of those, how you look at it, it's like, wait a minute, what? But it's going to break your heart type shit. But it's like, I don't know if it was a situation where you may have possibly misjudged something. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional, because I feel like someone just like, is one of those where you just don't know for sure exactly what it is to do, but this is one of those advice where it's just like, I need you, I just need you to be my mom. I don't need you to be something else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now granted, I feel like somebody gonna confess to their parents about some shit that they did to somebody, and it's gonna be like, I hope you can forgive me. I didn't mean to do that. And then whatever the fuck it is that they may have even got you involved in some shit, you know what I'm saying, based off of what you probably knew at that time. Because I feel like it might have been something that you probably helped them do, told them, or something like that, and versus them telling you something that they should have just said from the beginning, I feel like something would have been truly fucking alleviated and whoo. You the parent, you might not gonna like what it is that they gonna say, but it's like, it's one of those, and when your kids get to that place, it's like, well, mommy, this is how I feel, this is what it is, this is what I choose, this is what I choose, who I choose, this is what I want to do. And it's just like, your best thing is, especially if it's something broken and you just really want to heal it and you need it to get better or whatever, support it and allow the conversation to heal. Because I feel like somebody told the mama or somebody something big ass lie. Because I can literally see somebody parents sitting there looking at them like, yes, hurt your heart. Mm-hmm. Somebody could have made a mess of something because of this shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is somebody that made a shit of some shit, and it's like just to cover up or get the help in something. It's just like, damn, I regret it. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't realize the person was too immature. I didn't realize this. I didn't like, somebody could have got the run around about some situation or information or whatever. But I feel like based off of what they could have said or could have did, it basically, I don't know, did they put somebody else's life in danger? But it's like they didn't realize how fucking out of hand that shit got. And something must have came out of this situation where somebody is like, they hurting, but it's like, how do I talk to them? How do I? Somebody gonna end up confessing like, I'm not able to breathe without this person. I need them, but I'm also here. What you need to do, it's not the time for that, because whoever it is that they dealing with, this shit, I feel like somebody did some dirty ass shit, but it's like, shit, you might need to leave it alone, but then it's like, you had this is one of those where a person, you get somebody, a whole group of people involved in some bullshit, right? And exactly, this is like that somebody got somebody involved in some deep dark ass shit, right? They knew they ain't had no business doing it, but it's just like, and that's the parent, I ain't for the hold you. You low key, you got to take some accountability, because it's like, wait a minute, before you go do this shit, it's just like, you got to understand its repercussions and consequences behind everything you fucking do. But this is also where, if you're the mother, you have to tell this person straight up. And you have to ask them straight up, like, before you say what it is that you're going to say, ask them before give them whatever type of advice or whatever advice they're looking to get or looking to, fix something or whatever. Just ask them, did you learn your lesson? Because I feel like you may have had to actually, like, they may have thought that you wasn't being caring, but you was actually giving tough love. But then it's like, some parents, when you love your kids, you just want to see them happy or whatever. But sometimes we end up being a little bit too overbearing, where we want to see them happy with, well, you was happy with this person, but then it's like, instead of them saying the truth about who was really making them happy type shit, somebody actually could got some other kids or some shit like that, or they, ooh, somebody have this, but it's like something that they did very bad to that person. But then they hid it and didn't say anything. And whatever they gonna tell you is like, I can hear somebody, so you mean to tell me that person was saying the truth the whole fucking time? Because that's, what I'm saying, as a fucking parent, like, that's like my own fucking kids coming back to tell me, like, mommy, I unalived my siblings, and, I lied and said that such and such and such and such did this, but it really wasn't nothing like that. Yeah. But it's like, you know how some, certain kids can get in their feelings and emotion, like they do some fucked up shit, but it's like they get somebody unalive or they knew something about it. Like, in my situation, I could only imagine how the fuck that shit played out. And it's like, I still have a heart about it, but it's just like, you just gotta be truthful. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you feel. Listen, a mouth will lie all day fucking long. A person can talk all that good shit all day fucking long. Energy and a vibe will not ever lie to you. A person could be doing some of the most treacherous shit, but you can see in their face when the guilt is eating them, their conscience is eating them. You could tell when their emotions is getting to them. Because guess what? They're going to struggle to either speak, communicate, or do certain things, and it's going to be hard. And when they struggle to do this, guess what? Now you're dealing with, once that guilt started to eat on them real bad, now it's like, why they not eating? If they're not doing that, they get into real bad habits, real deep, deep, deep bad. If it's not that, it's like they can't sleep, they can't eat, or they snapping too easy. And it's just like, what the fuck is it? But instead of being like, hey, what I'm saying, girls do it too. And instead of being like, hey, I really did love this person. I really did this. And this is what really fucking happened. And it's like, but I could clearly hear somebody, you should have said that at the fucking very beginning. Because now that's like one of those situations where, as a parent, you looking out for your kid. But it's like, and when you do certain shit based off of false pretenses and you got to recalibrate yourself to regroup yourself and be like, God didn't like it. It can put you in that shame spot because it's like, I helped your ass based off a fucking line, but you was really in love with the person. And especially sometimes as parents, shit, when your kid ain't acting right and a person is too fucking good for them, it's like, shit, I'd rather you go tell that person the truth and leave them the fuck alone than sitting there, trying to, as mothers, we know when our kids got something really, really good for them, and we know when they gonna fuck that shit up. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we gotta hold that responsibility as well. People's names and character and shit like that. Damn, that's crazy. But that shit could eat you up as a parent, but it's just like watching that shit to happen, like it's gonna break your heart even more. But it's just like, instead of you telling me this lie and doing all this to this person, why you didn't tell me this shit from the beginning? Because as a mother and as a parent, naturally you're not gonna sit there and do that to nobody. But off the defense of your child, shit, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have your kids back regardless. It's like, okay, we're gonna roll with it. But then it's like you living in hell. Because it's like, for me in this situation, it's like I feel this person every way, but it's just like, I gotta let you go, player. You gotta stand up and get that backbone like a grown ass man. Like, it's just certain shit that you just don't fucking do. But then it's like, at the same time, it's just like, I could feel in that situation if, certain women, like, for me, it's like, it gets a point in time, like, I ain't ever had no fucking real feeling of what a mom is or what a fucking father was, let alone fucking family. And I'm a type of person, regardless of what that man is going through, you can heal any fucking thing. And then 10 times out of 10, I 10 times out of 10, I really got that, that little gift where you can heal that shit. When I can see that the family, of course everybody gonna have a little bit of dysfunction, but I have that one gift that I was blessed with, even though I don't have that opportunity where I got robbed of all of that, but I still managed to still have a fucking heart. Having a heart is the strongest thing that you can fucking have, because most of the time people will want to take advantage of it. How strong can your heart take? How deep is that love for you? I love that, Electric Beat song, How Deep Is Your Love? And my shit run fucking deep. And it's deep to a point where you can, like, I can go look at a person's family, regardless if it's the mom, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever. Like, I had, like, really joy, but it was like, I knew they didn't fuck with me like that, but it's like, y'all just need a little bit of healing. Just a little bit of healing. And I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of shit that y'all have, like, that little bit of energy that I saw, I was like, that shit will just dissipate. But then it's like, you trying to stay away from something that y'all can heal that, man. Y'all can heal that. But then, once you got to let go of your covering of covering people, it's just like, It is what it is. You did what you did. You know what I'm saying? You gotta chop that up. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta eat that. And it was just some shit like, it still break my heart to this day. And I know it's gonna take me some time to heal past that, because it's like the person that you would not ever feel that they do that to you. But however, I learned that shit way prior to me meeting to that last dude. Like, it could be anybody. And that's why I tell people all the time, until you have to step in my shoes, it's a lot of people that feel like that they can do X, Y, Z. Yeah, we all went through childhood trauma and shit like that, but not this type of trauma. It's dark as shit, and I don't like it. So most, 10 times out of 10, I really do my best to do the positive. That's why when people be like, yeah, she's just so happy, it seems like she's gullible. I'm not gullible at all. Far from it. It's just, when you're tired of pain, when you're tired of hurt, when you're tired of sitting in fucking hell, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm really just trying to give you that word of positivity. You got to keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me to sit there and judge and dictate that shit, but are you going to stand the fuck up? You got to eat that. You got to own that. It's going to be times where you want to react and respond. It's a time and place for everything. Pick and choose your battles. But however, when it comes to war, the war must be won. Period. And don't ever beat yourself up about something. I've been there. I've been there plenty of times. But even when you have to sit there and deal with how deep that betrayal goes, as a matter of fact, fuck it. It's not even just letting it go to give it to God. Because even though you have to let it go to give it to God, you got to process that. Process it. Because once you sit there and you give it to God, the one thing that you also have to do, sit with it. God, show me where I made that mistake. Show me where I missed the steps. Show me the signs of what it was that was already being shown to me that I missed. God, show me my behavior where I was accepting shit that I did not need to accept. And when you did that, guess what? The closure, and then guess what? Like I always say, the war is won. Pick and choose your battles. Regardless of, you don't have to be, regardless of, a little baby can teach you some shit like that. And I learned that a long time ago. Like a lot of my healing came through my kids. And I pray that you got to stand up. But stand up, I can tell you still cry about it. Everybody don't know it. You have your moments where you go into the room, you go take a shower, you probably just be sitting there and you crying because I can still feel your pain. It might make you stronger, but you ain't processed it all the way, baby. I wish I could love on you. I really wish I could love on you. I've been there. Plenty of times. It does always make you, stronger. That's why I'm the type of person where people go around and be like, let me hug on you, let me love on you. I love to love on people because it's like the pain was not ever done in vain. It take as long as you got to. But just be sure to not ever fall victim to what it was. Don't blame anybody else about how it went down. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. Shit. Shit. We fuck up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm going to tell you, keep it playing. We fuck up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You got to go and look. Let me bring back your old school days. Keep it playing. Players fuck up sometimes. You gotta smile, baby. You gotta find that laughing point. You gotta find where it was. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find where it was with it. That shit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna sting you a little bit. But regardless of what it is, it's just, where's your happy space? Where do we go from here? Whoever you are, you give me a little bit of hope of humanity, even though I hate humans at this point, but you give me a little hope. But, everybody goes through a little bit of something. Yep, you forgive, don't forget, but you let go and let God. Because guess what? You reap what you sow. Be perfectly imperfect with all the perfect flaws. Long as you can see the glass within your own eyes to understand, like, shit, I once was blind, but now I can see, right? That's as they used to. I mean, sometimes I ain't, the strongest, religious person, but hey, sometimes a little church song gonna get you a little through. Welcome, welcome. But, it's certain things that'll get you through regardless about how you look at this situation. I'm not letting it. There you go. There you go. It should never do that. Certain things, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes ego will get to you. Don't ever beat yourself up about ego or where you're going with it. Baby, there it is right there. Right there. I love me. Where you was putting it out, you give it right back. Ambitious will cost you at times. Yes, it will. Your personal agenda ambitions are certain things that you do not do, and it's repetitive, and you don't catch it to realize, like, hey, let me look at life like this. Take that moment where you step back or reflect, like, honestly, you should not ever take certain things. Yeah, that too. And sometimes you just got, but it's also one of those things where looking at life in a new perspective. Yes. Yes, people that I've been there. My whole life has always been like that. People will take, oh, she's timid, she's shy, but it was just like one thing I always honored. I'm truthful though. But also sometimes the things about you that you may feel like it's a flaw, that's what people be fucking inspired by. They be driven by. They be like, I remember just seeing, the last guy and his mom. I was like, these motherfuckers don't realize how much people hate him. And it's just like, but it's certain things that when you sit there, you love yourself so deep to a point that you can recognize whenever a person is looking to utilize part of your light. Because when you can look at a person and it's not necessarily being a mirror, you can basically sit there and look at yourself. Most of the time, if you're not able to look at a person via like, damn, look at how far I came. Damn, look where I'm about to get ready to be. 10 times out of 10. But also, you could be a good people, but you could be missing the fact of the simple point that sometimes you may feel other people are good people too, but you'll end up missing the signs that, sometimes that little red sign be sitting like, it be sitting like this, but it be sitting right here peeking through. It's sitting peeking through. Can you see it? Can you see it? And they try to pretend more often than not that it's not there. But then when you start seeing that it's there, you got to sit back and start reflecting. That's no different than, like, for me, if I'm having a conversation with a man, right? And I realize that man is not taking on what it is that I'm saying seriously, like, oh no, you shouldn't think like that. I would disregard that person. I would discard that person. Everyone deserves to be seen, heard. That's usually happen. Yeah, red flags. But the best thing that I could tell anyone, always look at a person when you see in a situation, when you're trying to observe something, at any given moment where you can sit there and you could talk to a person, and 10 times out of 10, you should allow them, just talk, listen. Because we're meant to actually hear them out, but you're actually listening to hear them to respond. You're not ever really listening to just give them a response, but you're actually supposed to listen, hear them, elaborate a plan where it's a solution. Because you got to remember, anytime a person is usually either if they're not talking to you about inspiration, motivation, or growth, 10 times out of 10, they come in to talk to you about a problem. A lot of people don't ever realize that. If you know that there's certain people coming to you, right, in your everyday life, just look at your whole day and pay attention to anybody that you currently, even like tomorrow, right? I'm pretty sure you can predict that somebody's gonna call you, but they call you, girl, I heard this. Ooh, homie. Hey, bruh, right? 10 times out of 10, you know they coming to talk to you about a problem or something they want to do, right? But then you have to think about who have been the people that's been talking to you about inspiration, growth, business, and certain things new in your life to explore, to grow, right? So then at the same time, you can now get into this mental space of where, you'd be like, I need more space. I need more time. I need more time for me. I need to do this for me. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just really pinpoint if somebody is literally looking to cause you misery or, want to just be all, oh, whoa, it's me type thing, right? You can avoid that situation by, hey, while you're listening and processing it in, they come in with a problem. While you're listening and hearing them, you should be coming up with a solution. And now, if you're a person that's in that type of thing, or you could be like me, hey, especially if you already talked to that person more than once, if you're giving them the benefit of the doubt twice, don't let it be a third time. Look, I'm not emotionally available to keep advising you or staying on this phone at an extended time after you already discussed this same situation, because what I'm starting to hear and as I'm listening, you're discussing to me about the same thing that you already brought to me twice, and I'm not emotionally available to take on that. Either you're going to have a solution or you can call me back once you come up with a solution of your own, or take the advice that you asked for to go through it. And then until then, y'all have a good day. When you say that to people, you can actually, realize whether they're useful for you or not. You need to be on someone's couch therapy. No. I don't really want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I know I give really good, great advice, and it's like, it's very soft, it's very caring, it's very loving, you know what I'm saying? Because, life be lifing. Life be fucking lifing. Shit happens. But a therapist, it's a possibility. But I got other ambitions, but I appreciate that though. She said, so, she said, I tell them that you need to be on. That's pretty fucked up. That look. At least I try to give it to them a little gentle. She said, fuck that. It seems like you need to be on a couch therapy session. God damn. It's like, just, you want to just stick it to them. She said, you just need to be on the couch therapy, yeah. This is why she pick up, hello. Okay, girl, you get on my goddamn nerves. Please get off my phone. Go talk to a therapist, quick. Well, that is one solution. That's a harsh solution. Shawty said, I could do it that way or another. One second, y'all. Oh, there it is. I thought my lips getting a little dry. But certain shits in these situations, just like earlier, it was just like, I could tell in the room, it was a little bit of ratchet different, energy. But it was literally somebody, like, they trying to get to a destination. Yeah, you don't ever allow certain things to drag you down. Shit happens. But the most important thing is, make sure you're always healing. Because when you hold on to pain, whether people know it or not, and it's science as well. It's been proven scientifically, like westernized medicine doesn't practice it. 10 times out of 10, people be like, how do you get your health in order? I don't use all Western practices. It's certain things that you can use from the West, but not all. But one thing for sure, and two things I'm certain of. The longer that you sit in certain energies, depression, anxiety, mood swings, hurt, pains, traumas, it can develop into your body. It can cause dis-ease. It causes diseases. It causes mental disorders. Because guess what? Any emotion that you have is meant to last 10 minutes. You should not ever allow it to extend past 3 days. Once you allow that situation to pass outside of 3 days, now you're looking to go ahead to call yourself to into a disorder. Because even though some people still have not really captured the fact that sometimes you're not going to always get the answers you need, you won't always get the apology you deserve, and sometimes, you end up having to give yourself the closure about certain situations, right? So when you're having to do that, give it to yourself in the best way positive. That's useful. But you give yourself the closure, especially when you know in your mind, and especially if you felt intuitively that, hey, this has happened. This has happened. You know what I'm saying? You're no longer able to ignore what did fucking happen. What they did say. What was the behavior? What was the consistency in the patterns of that behavior? That's just what it was. When you know that a person is not going to ever come back and tell you, I apologize, I fucked up. When you know that for a fact, close that chapter with what information you do have versus beating yourself up that I wanted to know the truth about this. I needed to know the truth. No, baby, you know the full truth right there and then. You know the truth right there and then. And especially when they decided to not even give you the apology that you deserved in that situation, they meant to do exactly what it is that they did. So depending on how your situation ended up ending, and they chose not to apologize, bring you details, closure, or nothing like that, that was personal. They meant to do exactly what it is that you accused them of, or said, or did. They did that. And sometimes you have the answers right there more often than not. More often than not, you got the answers right there in your hand. And then when you feel that you have it, like you said, if you ain't able to sit there and figure it out, write it out. When in doubt, write it out. But also, don't ever fucking forget to cry. Cry that shit. Cry that shit out. It may be bittersweet and in certain things, but also honor the fact, because some people forget this part. Honor the facts of the situation is you could still be holding on and still have love for that person. Honor it. Every time that you, F this motherfucker, no, honor it. Because you didn't give something to someone that you didn't already have enough of to give. Even though they didn't deserve it, you were giving something to someone that they didn't have it. Because guess what? Best thing you did not ever have is the fact that they wasn't able, let alone capable of doing that. Because guess what? The blessing of that situation is that if you learn the situation effectively, the same way of where you was giving out so much and you did so much and you did all that, I guarantee you that person that's going to come in and you're not going to be looking for it. You're not going to be ready for it. You're not going to be prepared for it. But if you sitting there, you're manifesting it in the right way and seeing like, they said that, they did that, yep. I still got love. Like, I'll be the first one. It's like, I got love for a fucking person that did me the motherfucking dirtiest, that it's like, it's unforgivable. But it was like, Sharita, the more that you fight against it, the more you're hurting yourself because you want to neglect the fact of what I did give. I wanted to neglect the fact that I was doing certain things right. And the more that I fought against it, guess what kind of mental space it was putting me through? I was battling my motherfucking self. Then once I stopped battling myself, it was like, okay, honor it. You still got love for a person, but they just weren't prepared for that. Exactly. Because you got to reclaim that. It's like, it's not even no longer a love at a distance. It was a love that wasn't even serious. I love the person that didn't love me. They didn't have the capability of loving me. And that wasn't something that they wanted. And then at that point, it was just, that was where the closure come in, because it's like, shoot, life happens, things happen. You know what I'm saying? You can't call it, like in my situation, I won't get those lives back. I won't get to, hear their laughs anymore. I won't get to hear, see their little smiles anymore. I won't get that. I won't get that time back. I didn't deserve that. I wouldn't did nobody like that. Versus, hey, this is not what it is. I'm going to go. But you stayed, though. So it got personal. And then when I had to let go of that part of it, it was like, Shree, we're out of grief. Because, the 5 stages of grief, the denial, then, the acceptance, and then the bargaining, and then releasing, and then you're at that closure. Once you go through those 5 stages of grief, and you clearly accept it for what it is and make peace with it, that stuff, you just make it through all of those things. And it was just like, once I just broke through to that and then realized it was like, you know what? Shit happens. Life happens. I didn't deserve that. I honored it. It hurt for a little bit. I sat with it. And then it was just like, it's cool. And you know what? When I knew that I healed from it, it was like, shit, I hope you're happy. But I also hope that you heal. And when you get to that point in yourself, that's when it's just like, it's whatever. Because at that point, you already come to pure acceptance. Like, they're not ever going to come back and apologize to you. They're not ever going to do it. But it's like, it is what it is. I did what I could. It was what it was. And you just move forward. You just move forward. But it's like, also, don't forget as you're moving forward, what are you looking for when it's time for something new? That's where the excitement and the pure, but it's like, don't forget to be in the moment now. Excuse me. Don't ever forget to be in the moment. Cause shit, it's like you take that shit back and be like, shit, let me get in shape real quick. Well, let me go ahead and do me some, little vacations real fast. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this little bit in order, right? But it's also, at the same time, don't forget to manifest what it is that every day when you wake up, I'm deserving of the love that I give to myself. And what does that love look like that you give to yourself? Me, I spoil the fuck out of myself sometimes. A little bit, I run it up. I run it up a little bit sometimes. But it's like, out of those things that you running up, are you starting to learn what those love languages are? What's your real love language? Well, I like the little positive affirmations every now and again. Hey, beautiful. Talk yourself in the mirror. Hey, beautiful girl, you look good today. I know. Did you put that on? I put that on, girl. Because my lip gloss is cured. You must always doing that. You must always address that. You must always address that. Inner child, like say if you went through trauma, right? Especially if you were a person or a child that went through any sexual abuse, right? Address it. Even if you know what I'm saying, sometimes the biggest part before you start addressing your inner child, you got to address the fact of what parents did I have at that time when I was a child. And you got to address about what did your parents allow around you at that time. When you can address all of that, that's when you go back to address, hey, little Sharita at 3, am I the woman I feel I'm supposed to be at this time? The 3-year-old little girl me is able to say, come here, girl. Come here, girl. Let me love you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, now, like, I'll tell people all the time, I put that on my son's baby, sweet baby James. His birthday is today. I knew today was just like, I know I've reached like a place where it's like, it's still a little difficult. It'll be a little bit difficult, probably a little bit later on in the day. Today, like, that was my world. That was my world. My baby James, like, even though I had seven children, and it's not like he was like my favorite child, it was just like through that kid, because I had to learn so much patience through him. Through that kid, I learned so much about my motherfucking self. Even out of my oldest one, she was just like full of personality, full of bubbles. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that moment where it's just still for me to carry on is like, I still struggle with the fact of the betrayal or how deep it ran. But it was like, through her, it was like, I did love to dance. She was like my little baby where people seem like she just danced. And it was just like, I did used to love to dance as a little girl. But then it was like, dang, where did it stop for me where I didn't want to dance anymore? And I'm talking about, I wouldn't care if it was samba. I didn't care if it was hip hop, jazz, um, ballroom dancing. Oh my God. That was so like things like that. Adrian, he was my gamer kid and like my curious researcher kid. Um, Marcus, I didn't get a chance to see his full capacity, but that smile was everything. Um, Soraya, oh my goodness. Mi cielo. My little heaven on earth right there. Her, oh my God. Mommy, I want to be just like you. It was just like her artistic. She loved to help cook and things like that. It was just like, I did love to do that. They loved to bake with me. Um, who else do we have? We have Nina Bina. Okay. Nina Bina hated the stairs. Okay. My Bina hated the stairs. But it's just like, other than that, Nina just really basically reintroduced me back into like, dang, is my personality that colorful? Damn, am I really that straightforward? Like, my Nina baby was my baby that sit there like, I'm talking about, this is a kid where it's just like, and I still have to fucking laugh about it. She would be straight up, mommy, grandma's being a bitch and she's getting on my nerves. And of course she has autism as well, but it'd be like, well, it's like, well, okay. And there you go. See, but once you starting to see all that stuff through your kids, you relearn that type of stuff. Like Nina was the one that it brought back my, it was just like the memory. It was just like, well, such for a little person, uh, you using such big words, you got such big emotions. And it was just like, instead of just trying to degrade what she felt with it, it's like, you remember that little clip you see on TikTok? I don't know the name of the movie where the little girl was doing the talent show and she was like, I don't want to do the talent show no more. And then she ended up doing the little Big Sean show movie. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's like literally is how I have to deal when it comes to my Nina baby. That right there is about my sugar pot. And she just, grandma's being a bitch and she's getting on my nerves. And it's like, oh, for such a little person and big emotions, that right there is something. And I just be having to laugh. Yep. And then baby James, before he passed away, it was just like, I used to love to be in technology. Anything computers and stuff like that, and people will pick at me because, why are you doing computer stuff? That's what nerds do. That's what geeks do. And it was like, they would pick at me so much, it would just be like, I gave it up. But it was just seeing that kid do so much shit. It blew my mind. It was just like, he was only what, like maybe 1 or 2. And he took apart the whole like playpen. I'm like, how do kids get out of here? He did. He had one hard hearing in one ear or whatever. Couldn't talk. He was nonverbal. But I come back and he opened up the gate. May he rest his soul. Like, I miss that kid so much. And it was another little girl that used to be around us. And she would be there with him. And they were like Irish twins. His birthday's on the 27th of June. Hers is like, I want to say July 27th, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just like them together. It was just like, well, what the hell I got into? Yeah, and then you have baby Azura. Baby Azura, my river. That girl cannot lie to you for nothing. Azura, you been good today? No, mommy, I was not good today. Oh, okay. All right. Are we going to try, or is the rest of the day going to be pretty good? Well, mom, I haven't just lived in the rest of the day today. And through that little girl, I learned everything. It was just like, through those kids, I relearned myself. And it allowed me to say at every stage of where they were, it was just like I was able to remother, thank you. I was able to reparent myself at each stage. But then it was also true that I had to honor the fact like the abuse and trauma that they allowed me to do and all the stuff that I wanted to protect them from, I was able to see like, you know what, forgive them for what they don't know. They didn't know any better. They didn't have anyone else, before them. So it's like you got to look at your parents, and then you got to look at your parents, and then you got to look at them. It's like, damn, they really didn't have the tools. They didn't really have the support that they should have effectively have. But the biggest thing of it is they didn't really have the tools. They didn't have the support. They didn't have those resources. They didn't know about, emotional support or emotional intelligence. They did they did the best with what they could and what they had. But however, was it effective? Did they want to learn to do better? It was always the question of like, did you really want to do better, or was that just something that you wanted to do? And when you learn to just see like it is what it is and you accept them for what they are, but then it also comes to a point in time in your life you also have to put a boundary. You cannot ever allow those people to cross those boundaries. Like as a grown adult, yes, those are your parents. You're still honoring them, but you can still honor them with boundaries. Especially if they're not seeking, if you are a person, you taking that point where you're breaking that generational curse, when you're breaking that bloodline curse, you got to create that boundary. Hey, mom, I don't like you saying that you're crossing my boundary. Hey, I don't need you. And they doing it more than twice. You got to cut it off. Love them from a distance. Love them from a distance. Because the more that you keep allowing them and you keep putting your children in that environment, say you put your children, you putting up that boundary, right? You now at any given moment where you put your kids and be like, well, shit, I'm desperate and I need a babysitter. Are those people healthy for those children to be in that energy? No, because you broke the habit of, you don't be popping on your kids. You don't whoop on your kids because they doing certain things when now with the tools and resources, hey, they acting out for a reason. Let me start asking questions, right? And that's okay. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't ever allow someone to make you feel bad. I got into those positions where me getting guilt tripped so many times, I lost everything that I could have ever loved. I lost everything. But once, yeah, young, that's young. And once you realize like you're breaking away from it, you got to understand if your parents sit there, they overcross your boundaries, they were mentally manipulative, emotionally manipulative to you, don't ever put your children back in that environment. Because once you broke away, you got to understand what comes from your womb, you broke away. You don't ever put them back to what it is that you fought to get from. Because when you fought to get from it and you be like, dang, today I got to get to work, but they're the only ones to take care of the kids and da-da-da-da. Guess what? The last thing I'll tell anybody personally to your face, here on the stream or anywhere else, I do not wish anything that ever fucking happened to me to happen to anyone. And that was my wake-up call. My son will still be here to this day. Regardless of who all they had to get people to do what it is that they do, my children will still be here to this day. But I was so desperate. I was broken down. I didn't have the support. Going through the divorce. I'm going through, still trying to recover from military trauma. I'm still trying to recover from the trauma of, breaking up from this. Like, it was so much trauma that I was trying to recover from before my son passed on. And me not realizing where I had already realized, like, they are not good people to be around. And also the other people, these are supposed to be your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents and stuff like that. They will want your best interest, right? Me not knowing and missing the cues, they killed my son. me not paying attention and listening to those cues, they have my children assaulted. I missed it. But guess what? Also, I'm missing. I don't get to hear mommy no more. I don't get those hugs no more. I don't get to wake up where some people don't get a chance to just like, I'm missing out on the chance where it's supposed to be the years of seeing them go to prom, seeing them get their first car, seeing them get their license, seeing them just to do certain things. I miss that. I'm missing kindergarten. I'm missing, their fifth grade. I'm missing, I got good award. I miss that. Because I missed the cues of wanting to just, hey, I thought I needed the people that didn't need me. And now I'm here, it's just like, I'm not going to allow what it is or what other things that happen around me. It's going to hurt for a little bit, but I'm working through it. But that shit right there, it hit different where I had to learn life different than most people could not ever fathom in their life. It's certain things that you are able to heal. It's certain things that you can get back from. But one thing I know for sure, two things I know for certain. You don't ever get back. You don't get back a life. You don't get that back. I won't ever get that back. Do I forgive them? Of course. Is that something I forget? Oh no. Will I ever deal with those people ever again? Ain't no reason to. That was something intentional because you wanted to see my heart break. You wanted to see me cry. You wanted to see me down bad. And then not to mention they drove my name so bad through the mud. So bad. Attempted on my life a few times for the love of money. But when I learned that shit, it was too late. It was too late. It was too late. That's all I had. Like, I was the first person to ever tell people, I ain't got much in the world. And the only thing that I had in this world was my little people. Those was my friends. Some people call them they little broke little friends. They wasn't broke in spirit. Those were my little best friends. Those were my friends. People like, why you ain't got friends? I got 7 little friends in the house. But it was also, I was their voice. But I won't get that back. That's why I tell people, fight for what you can, let go of what you're not able to, and stand in your truth regardless of who it bothers or who it hurts. Because if they're not able to accept your truth, they are not for you. Let them go. Let them go. Because how far and how low, regardless, it could be your own mama, your daddy, your grandparents, your cousins, your uncles. Sometimes it could be your kids. That's why it broke my heart when I found out that my oldest 2 were a part of the murder plot to get the insurance money. Where y'all been seeing lately about the news where people are looking to take people out for the insurance money. And then them knowing that I had the military tie, it ate me alive. And I learned the lesson. Though. And it was just like, you know what, Rita, this is the time. It's everything. But the pain is not in vain because I still get to love on them. I still get a chance to love on them. Though they not physically here, I still get to love them on the spirit. And that shit is so comforting. It's so comforting. Because once you accept the fact, like they may not be here physically, but on the spiritual level, you will know what it is by how it feels in the energy. You'll know how it feels. Like it sometimes, for me, if you ever heard the song Sing to Me by Janae Aiko, and it'll be sometimes randomly where it's just like, I'll be so stuck in my head sometimes because it's like, outside of me being on this, I really don't care to talk to people. I'm not really a people person or anything like that. And it'll just be times where I know like I'm so deep in my head. That song Sing to Me by Janae Aiko, And I'll be like, it'll sometimes make me tear up. And I'll be like, oh. But it'll be like, it's my reminder to be like, mommy, we right here. Mommy, like if I can't even see you in physical, I feel you in spirit, baby. I feel you in spirit. Because I also got to remember in that time where it's just like, I had to give up on begging and pleading like, hey, my kids are being essayed. They're going through the shit that they shouldn't have to go through. And I look to prevent that. And I remember when the police wasn't listening. I got to remember when the sheriffs didn't step up for me. I got to remember when the hospitals wasn't stepping up for me. I got to remember every time that they try to say, oh, she's mentally insane, she's mentally crazy. A mother knows when something is going on with their kids, whether they with us in the house or whether they leave the house. We know what the hell wrong with our kids. Shit, 10 times out of 10, we know it before it's something even kick off. Y'all be having those moments, especially when you're a parent. The police did nothing. They watched it. They watched it. Police did nothing. The Fed, I did everything that I could to shout to the rooftops. But did anything happen? Nah. They said, no, we're going to act like none of this is happening. But they really wanted to go as far with the medical hospitals, whether y'all know it or not, medical hospitals, when they know that you're dealing with certain things and then you ever had to deal with DCF, CPS, they will try to claim mental or emotional instability with you when you're going through periods of grief, divorce and things like that. When they know you're going through those things, they take full opportunity of those moments just to claim, whether you know it or not, if you get a minute, they can claim life insurance on you. You ain't crazy. You know what you know, but you got to also remember to make sure that they don't create cognitive dissonance for you to try to claim that you are mentally unstable or certain things like that. They took mine. They did all of that. I had all of that happen. And still no justice. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You allow them to do what it is that they're going to do, but it's just like, pick and choose your battles, but the war is won. Regardless, the war is going to be won. So it's just like, they, you know, choose to do what they do, but it's just like, here in this present moment, now in my life, I'm cool with being by myself, but I know, you know, what I deserve. You know, if I decide to go out there and be like, love will be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm deserving of somebody to have my back. I'm deserving of somebody, like, when I'm going through a bad day, it's going to be that. I was going through losses. You hear me? It was losses to a point where my own mama tried to put in, like, they ended up giving me a document while I was in barber school. And this woman tried to put all these lies in a fucking court document. And it was like, bro, you know I'm sitting here trying to find me a house and all this other stuff. But she would get mad because I wouldn't give her money. And the fact that I wouldn't give her money, it's like, I'm trying to get me a house. I'm trying to get me a car. Her first thing that she went to after I got the next report was she put on there that I was on drugs or something like that. And the only thing that I did at that time, because I don't like to take pharmaceuticals, I don't like that to like hinder my body, I would do THC, cannabis. And she took that and utilized that. And then she got the last two of my kids that I had was my two boys. And like prior to it happening, like them trying to serve me or whatever, I literally like stepped in because I felt her getting ready to do it. And she was about to get my son beat up by some, these are like kids that was like 18, walking around on the street or whatever. They was waiting for my kid to sit there and make it to a train stop just to go beat him up. And I was just like, and when I came to the house, she was sitting there mugging me because she kept asking me about some money. And I was like, look, I need to hold on to this money. You know, I don't have a car. And you can't use my car. You need to figure out a way to go get your kid. And you too concerned about going to school and stuff. And you're not worried about your kids. And it was just like at that moment, like she's done it so many times. Like I was just like, she would do it anytime that she'll see that I was looking for jobs to get money when I was going back to college and stuff like that, just to finish my degree. But to her, she took it so fucking personal that it was just like, all you care is about is doing this. And it's like, so me getting a better life and wanting to do better for myself and my children to put us in position makes me a bad person. And then it's like, I would help her. Like, it would be times like her mortgage was only at that time like $700. So I would give her money, sometimes if I could, I would give her like at least at minimum about $1,000 because it's me and my children there. But then after a time, she'll get bothered and irritated and she'll just do hateful shit. Well, I need some money. And it's like, okay, well, I gave you money to pay for, the bills or whatever, but she already had her own money. So it's like, what are you doing with your money? And who are you to count my money? And da-da-da-da. It's like, bro, it even got to a point where I literally hear on my own YouTube that I have to fucking point the fact, like, bro, I gave you over $3,200. What did you do with that? What did you do with that? But I was a person with a drug habit. But every time I turn around, you on all these medications you're not supposed to be drinking. You had enough to go ahead and get you some Tito's and some Hennessy. You had enough to go get you some weed. You had enough to go book you a cruise. Why is it that you need my money? But it really, like, the problem would start, like, anytime I started dating someone, she'll create a problem. If I was dating someone new, if I started like new certificates, like I think I had got like did the CNA, I was doing the real estate, I was doing the beauty school, and then the barber, stuff. I was doing my license for the nails and stuff, and it was no support. Then I was also starting my own type of clothing line. And she wouldn't support it, but like, well, I went to this person and they did this and it's like, Mom, well, you see me here and you said that you was gonna help me and stuff like that. And instead of her doing that, it was, you too worried about a man and you too worried about this and you too worried about that and this, and it's like, bro, I could care less. But you said you was gonna help, you was gonna support. But whatever it was that I was designing that day, she would take pictures of my designs and go give it to other people to do what it was that I was doing. But was the first one. I don't know why she don't love me. I don't know why she don't respect me. And like, bro, now we're playing, whoa, it's me. And then she'll get onto the phone with people that she knew I didn't talk to. And then it's like certain things that I would talk to her in confidence, but I already knew she would just go run the business and tell my business. And it was like, I gave up on her a long time ago, but they would do, what is it called? Family guilt trip. We're family. But if any type of serious situation come up, nobody came together as a family. Only time they came together if it was a funeral and they knew it was money involved. That was it. That was it. It was no like real, like, I could be honestly the person, like, I had to sit there thinking, I was like, damn, Shorty, how many times did you actually ever hear anybody you grew up with tell you I love you? And I had to sit there, was like, never. She wasn't a hugger. She wasn't a person to tell you I love you. She wasn't a person to like say good grades. You getting good grades. God forbid that I got like a low B or C. You need to do better. You need to be getting A's. Like, it's like, whoa, like, what the fuck? That like literally that was the story of my fucking life. So it was just like once you get past that, I dealt with that. He had did that to me when I was 4. And then he did it again when I was around 8 or 9. Well, the person that was supposed to be my so-called dad. So they said was my dad, but I don't feel he was my dad. Yeah, anytime you got anything outside of that was a problem. But shit happens. You rectify yourself, you regroup yourself, you reparent yourself, you reverse the situation. You don't ever allow them to keep doing what it is that they're doing. Shit happens. But remothering and reparenting yourself is super, super, super duper, duper, duper important. Like, uber important. That's why I was just like, damn. Just to think about it, it's just like, damn, I would have all my kids here and everything, but it's just like, shit happens. It wouldn't hurt to do that. It actually would give you clarification. Except, especially if you was a person that was born after between 85 and 1998 is very prevalent for you to do that, because there was a lot of kids that, whether they knew it or not, that they were in foster care, orphanages and stuff like that. A lot of people didn't know. Some people, I'll be looking at some of these people, I was like, damn, do they realize they own this? Because it's like, you look at the faces, you look at the Mrs. Peoples, and it's some people that I've seen that they really think that there's something, another name. And I looked at the thing, and they're literally a missing kid. Like for me, I already know it's either I'm 2 years younger or 2 years older than what I am. It doesn't fucking matter to me. And it's like, you know what? I am who I am. It is what it is. That's prevalent. Yeah, that's true. But also 1970s, you might want to look into experiments that were done. Check the year. Well, check your birth month, that when you were born, to make sure that you wasn't part of a program. Because there might be money that you are missing at this time. Excuse me. So a lot of people, y'all might want to test that out too. Shit happens. What else? Is there anything else? Yeah, I was one of those. I'm not surprised. But like I said, honestly, I really just don't care. Shit, either they're gonna do it or they're not. But I mean, like at this point, federal people on there. Hope it helps. I mean, you just gotta stand up. Like shit, it doesn't really fucking matter what happens in life, and as long as you stand the fuck up. That's the biggest outcome of that situation. Long as you stand the fuck up. Now, it's one situation right now I have not backed down from and not going back down from is these fucking medical malpractices right now. Now, that's the situation I won't back down from at all. Like, I'm on their ass neck. I'm on their motherfucking neck. I ain't fight for this fucking country for nothing. And then there's certain shit that it was just like, I remember my family was like, I had 2 miscarriages because my body does some kind of weird, wonky type of thing. And it was just like, I should not have been able to have kids. So it said. But however, I did. And it was just like, and I'm not a person to sit there and be like, oh, I'm pregnant just to say I'm pregnant to keep anybody around. But then this so-called, you know, this can't happen and this can't happen or whatever. And when I had to sit there and prove, I pissed on the sick. And one of the tests ended up coming out fucking positive. But then it was like, once I went to go get the rest of the verification and stuff like that, they kept trying to give me medications and stuff like that. Yeah, but they, you know, also when you get pap smears and stuff like that, you know, they'll tell you, oh, your tube's high, you can't have kids, and people still be getting fucking pregnant and stuff like that. But the thing of it is, they'll get mad that, guess what? They love to announce and do the test study and compensate anything that's not white. They'll compensate all white people, but they don't want to give you the money for that. God forbid they got to give you the money for that. God forbid that they got to get your consent to do that on your body. A lot of people didn't even know over the times, if you was Medicaid recipient and every time that y'all was going to get your pap smears, they was actually taking your eggs. They were egg harvesting. If you were a Medicaid recipient and you got, you know, you was going to get pap smears, they was doing egg harvesting. You ever notice that after you get done and you start cramping in particular areas? Yeah. Have 2 twins after, yeah. That happened to me. And then it was just like, when they realized what was happening, they tried to cover it up. I was like, nah, let me see that old, the way that doctor was looking and stuff like that. It's just like, Oh, you have an abnormal pats. It ain't no abnormal because y'all knew y'all did some shit that y'all wasn't supposed to. They went in there and they took your eggs, and them taking your eggs, it leads to other, it'll sit there and seem like you're bleeding, but basically, what's the name of the method of that they were used on black women and the slaves because they felt we didn't have feelings? That's the form of what they were doing. So instead of giving y'all giving us the injection so we don't feel the pain, they felt they do it that way to take from us. So we sitting there cramping and bleeding because they feel that we don't have pain. And then it was just like, for me, it was not only that, because when they were doing it, they knew they wasn't supposed to go in that way. It would intentionally cause me to bleed. They would keep saying, like, anytime I would come into the hospital, they, instead of asking for my permission, oh, you need to get on this IV. You need to get on this IV. And we need to give you this via your IV. I'd be like, I'm not asking you for this, and I need to know what you're giving me. And they would not ever take my word or give consent, and they kept just putting stuff in my IV. And then it was just like, yeah, they would just literally cause me to like miscarry and stuff like that. But then it was like the situation with these people trying to steal the money and stuff like that. They will work with these hospitals to make sure that they can cover it up because they knew, knowing that I was pregnant at that time, that would get a lot of people in trouble. So around this time while they was trying to, I'm trying to bury my son and stuff like that, that's fucked up. But once they, figured that out, it was just like, y'all know y'all wrong for that. That's called DNA manipulation. You can sue for malpractice. That is DNA manipulation at its best. Because if they can get your DNA or your blood to say it, with it being in your system, it can trick the system, like say it was some information that they need to give to you. You were actually pregnant or something, right? And then they give you the wrong pills or hormones and say that they want to cover the fact that you actually have a lawsuit. They will go back and be like, oh, well, I feel like we got to prescribe you this. And it seems like you're dealing with anxiety. That's why you have to be careful whenever you're going in to say certain things about mental health, because they'll start playing like, oh, it seems like you're emotionally distraught. Maybe you're thinking wrong. They will take that shit into effect. If you sit there and keep playing like, yeah, this PCOS, go look at what are possibilities of your emotional, psychological effect. They will run off with that. And like I said, if they can sit there to deem you incompetent, mood swings and stuff like that, that's when they can actually try to get you committed, if not arrested, so they can claim life insurance policies off of you. They've been doing that to me up to current, still fighting it. All because it was just like, I didn't know, but like for me, it was just like, I didn't know if it was the last guy that I slept with. I didn't know if it was family or whatever, but it was just like, bro, why would you feel that I would lie to you about carrying a kid? But it was like, also to me, it was like, even though I felt like it was a little bit of wrong at the time, but it was just like, shit, at least it'll bring me a little bit of happiness or something like that, regardless if the situation was going to work out between us or not. I felt that, hey, shit, they go pregnancy after some shit. But then when you sit there and figure out that these people are intentionally trying to abuse you and hurt you and cover it up, and then start like treatment, like when I say treatment at the hospital, try to act like I wasn't there, like I wasn't asking questions. They'll come into the fucking room knowing they supposed to like take in and ask your questions. They would avoid answering my questions. They would avoid giving me the information that I need. It got down to a point where they're going to tell me, oh, it seems like you got a stomach bleed. If I'm bleeding internally, why the fuck are you sending me home? It was like bad from the get-go, and then like still to this day when I'm calling in to get my results, it's like, get the fuck on. Because that's how they can put certain things in your system. Y'all got to be mindful if they're giving you magnesium, potassium, phosphorite, or certain things like that, or they not putting the actual albuterol, that is called a chemical effect. Like start researching your diagnoses, and with those diagnoses, the medications that supposed to be prescribed for it, and then whatever medications they are, you go look at what side effects that it would have, and then what medications, say if you don't get that, and like what you having those, whatever it is you're prone to, because sometimes your allergies can flare it, sometimes it could be certain foods, sometimes it could be environments, certain smells or some things like that. Be mindful, because even if you inhale it and say you get ready to go to the hospital, they could end up giving you, by accident magnesium, and it can filtrate into your system to cause you to seem like you're having a panic attack or something like that, and they could kill you on the spot. But in the toxicology, it's just going to show that you had like a heart attack, or your asthma didn't take full effect and it caused your lungs to close down. Or they'll try to claim that it was an allergic reaction when it wasn't, when it was an actual intent to kill you. And then they be getting those policies off of y'all. Oh, you had to do not resuscitate. You got to be mindful with that, because if you don't have an advance directive or anything like that, they will truly take full advantage. But the advantage of not having an advance directive, they have to resuscitate you. They have to. When you don't have an advance directive and it's not notarized, they have to resuscitate you. They have to do every measure to bring you back to life. If they do not take up, I think it's up to between 5 to 13 minutes that they have to keep trying to make sure that they bring you back to life. They don't do that, and it's not able to physically be proven, especially when it's a lungs being collapsed and stuff like that. You'll have a problem. There's somebody mad because I'm telling y'all this. Yeah. But that was my own personal experience of what they did. I mean, I had, some, medical, doing the CNA, QMAP, and having, my Marky Poo, he was, with special needs, Nina with special needs, and baby James. Zura had, impediments and stuff like that. But it's just like me knowing like how deep that stuff can go, it gets crucial sometimes. They just don't want you to research it. It's been plenty of times that they've been trying to shut down my YouTube, because it's like, too much information. You're giving people, like, oh shit, I'm just giving people the keys to go ahead and make sure that they got a right to go ahead and go back to, sue y'all motherfuckers and get money, and they can live better fucking lives. It's only fair. It doesn't give you a right to sit there and violate a person's life just because you feel like, oh, well, I'm the doctor, and I don't give a fuck about that, bruh. Right is right at the end of the day. Right is right. But anyways. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's over there. Oh, this is finally charged. Finally. I gotta find the charger to my phone, guys. I probably should catch you guys here in a bit. That's if I don't go to sleep here shortly. Yeah, I studied that. I did a paper for that class, and I think I got like an A in that. I was going to, I think it was a Trident military school, online school. And then they started pulling stupid shit when I was trying to get back into school. I knew that the teacher used it as my paper, one of my papers, as their thesis, but it was just like, it would have been just pretty cool if you just gave me my credit for it, but I don't really give a shit. It's just like, it is what it is. It's certain, pick and choose your battles. But in this situation, the biggest battle is like that, the defamation of character, the malpractice, the HIPAA violation, you know what I'm saying? Because all the money that they stole, which was a lot of fucking money, I was like, shit, I'll get it back based off of this case alone. And then me having to go back to do the defamation and all the other stuff, I know I'll get my money back, so I'm not tripping. Congratulations. That's dope. It's pretty dope. Go for it, doctor. You got this. But I'll catch you guys on the flip.